Hello, everyone. I'm back. We tried to do a couple of things here, Hyphy and I, and right now I'm end up coming back to it because I don't understand. I believe it's the StreamYard software that I use that is something had to have changed to change the algorithm of the live stream. So I got to figure that out. I'll figure that out later. But anyway, I want to get back onto the quarantine. Now, if you're new to my channel, my name is LJ Young, and I am a 100% conscious, debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them financially see outside what I call the debt matrix. The debt matrix is a place where people live that believe in financing everything under the sun that goes down in value. What I do is expose what I call the glitches in the debt matrix, and the glitches in the debt matrix. Okay, cool, Hyphy. And the glitches in the debt matrix are things that don't make mathematical sense yet people keep doing them. But anyway, right now I left off on quarantine. Right now you're quarantined to yourself to look at yourself to see what's going on right now. So now I'm on the other side and I'm here to show you that time is the most valuable thing on earth. And the more you sell, the less you own. That's how it works. The more you sell, the less you own. So every time you finance something, you're selling the time in your life for the price of that item. That's what you're doing. Even if you believe you're a homeowner with a mortgage, that you don't own that time in your life because you don't own that house. See what I'm saying? But now is the time to show you guys what the other side, because I'm free to do it now, right? Before I kind of hold back, still stuck on what people think, that's going to be a really hard piece to shake out of your life. Worrying about what others think or feel about what you do. That's going to be a very tough habit to kick, because their opinions of others really don't matter. The 9 times out of 10, their opinion of you is really about themselves. That's why they're even saying it. Like, for example, I would never go up to somebody and tell them that they can't do anything they choose to do. I would never say that to a person. Oh, you can't do that. Well, how do I know that? I don't know what they can do. Why would I even say that to a person? See what I'm saying? They have to, and when they don't know that, like if somebody walked up to me now and said, "Hey, man, you're never going to be successful. You're never going to do this and that," I would just look at them like, "You got to be talking about yourself, because that's not what I believe. I know I can be anything I want." So if somebody comes up to me and says that, I have to understand that they are only talking about themselves. That's impossible for them to be talking about me, because I am the only one that controls me. See how that works? What's up, Joseph, uncle? Right now is an awakening. I'm telling you guys, it's awakening. It's awakening of yourself. Now I'm gonna reiterate this one more time so you guys can understand this part. Time doesn't matter. The day of the week doesn't matter. Remember, I used to say that on my live streams. Now you understand what I mean, because right now you're at the house. Day, time, day of week. I don't care if today's Sunday. Does it feel like Sunday to you? It just feels like a Sunday. It doesn't, no special day, no special weekend attached to the name. It's just Sunday. This is what I mean. It's not special. Now, think about it. Usually Sundays, you kind of down because you gotta get up early in the morning and go to a place you hate. Now you don't have to. Now what? You like that feeling of not being forced to go? You like that? You can keep it. You just got to stop. You got to stop letting other people and things own the time in your life, and you can do it. That's true wealth right there. Nothing comes before that. I will only accept advice from people who own the time in their life. That's the only person. That's the only people I will listen to. Only, and nothing else. You know how the majority, check this out. You know how the majority, now this today is for you guys. Any This is Q&A Sunday, so you guys can interrupt me at any time and ask a question either in the comments, or let me put the invite there, or you can jump in and talk and voice your opinion about what's going on. What should I do? How should I react? I'll tell you exactly what to do. I promise. What's up, Cosmic? Joseph? That's the only thing. You don't have to own a thing. You don't. And you notice how the majority will make you feel like you must own something to be successful. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that? The majority will make you feel as if you need to own something, and there is very different versions of owning, okay? Now there's one way to own, say like property. You own it. If the bank has any part of that ownership, it owns you until the bank gets their money back. Period. I don't care how much interest you're earning. I don't care if the value outweighs this. It doesn't matter. True wealth is owning the time of your life. You better not listen to anybody that says otherwise. Because nobody that completely, truly owns the time in their life will ever suggest that you don't in any form or fashion. What's up, bro? Now, again, you guys can interrupt me at any time, but I'm going to tell you what it's like on the other side, okay? Because I can be as free as I want to be right now, free as I want to be, while everybody else is feeling trapped. When it's just a feeling, they're just trapped in their head. Nothing, they can get out. They just got to realize they're trapped in their head. This is what I do. When you're not caught up in the matrix and the panic, right? You step on the outside and say, "What's going on, Linnell?" This is how I look at it. Okay. I see all this distraction. So you know what I do? I stop and turn around and say, "What's going on behind me?" Because there's something that they don't want me to see. I'm not, and I'm just saying, not even that they don't want me to see. No, let's put it this way. Nobody don't want me to see anything. When I see a whole bunch of panic, I say, okay, there's something obvious that if I keep getting caught up in there's something obvious that I need to see. That's how I think. Nobody's holding me back from anything. When there's a whole bunch of havoc or noise and people doing this, I stop it and I like, okay, there's something obvious I need to see. And then I turn around. This is what I do in my free time now. You know what I do? I read about the Federal Reserve. That's what I do. And you're probably thinking, why would I read about the Federal Reserve? You know what I notice when I look on the outside looking in? They're at the top of the chain, baby. Whatever they say goes. Whatever they say goes for everybody. So I was like, they seem like they're pretty important. Let me better understand how that works. Now I see. I just like to see how it works. You can ask the average person right now, hey, what's the Federal Reserve? Nobody will even know. People in debt, I'll tell you what, right now, if you think you understand the Federal Reserve, how it works right now, and you've been in debt all your life, I promise you, you don't. People, when you're in debt, you have no idea how the economy truly works. You don't. You don't. I promise you, you don't. You don't need to own anything to be wealthy. You don't need to own a piece of land. You don't need to own a house. You don't even need to own a business. But the more you own more of the time in your life. And when I say own, I mean own. No part, the bank has no part in it. When you get on this side, the definition of words when it's tied to money are paramount. There is no mixing of words in when you're talking about math and money. There is no mixing of words. Own means own. Own means own. Because right now, check it out. People are going to find out they didn't really own anything. That's what's happening right now. It's awakening. Now they can take it bad. See, there's two ways to look at it. Like if somebody made a good income and then now they're at home, they're about to find out that they were never their job. And then when they start losing everything, this is the point that where they can say, damn, I feel so bad that I lost, or they lost everything, or they could say, you know what? I never owned a thing. People can't, and wake up and say, people can't lose what they own. They can't lose it. You cannot lose what you truly own. There's always an opposite to everything. This is the obvious that I see on the other side. All you got to do is do the opposite of what the majority tells you to do. If the majority says you need this to become that, you do the opposite. If the majority says, hey, you need a college education if you want to be anything in life, you got to stop and turn around and say, how much of the population of the United States is telling me that? Oh, it's the majority. Then I'm going to do the opposite. There's so much opportunity right now. And if you focus on whatever, if you focus on whatever it is that's going to free the time in your life, you're going to do whatever it takes so you can own the time in your life. That's going to be your destiny. That's going to be your calling. And if you take the time, this opportunity, and do the opposite of what the majority are right now, you will find yourself. You'll find which way it will come to light and tell you exactly which way to go. I promise you. How do I know this? I'm doing it. Everything is the truth. Everything I'm saying is the truth. That's how I know. There's no tricks, nothing. I'm not fooling anybody. Anybody can do it. I'm not even saying I'm special. Because once you understand it, you're just going to look at me and say, LJ, you just been using grade school math the whole time. Yep, that's it. I'm no Einstein. Dale says, even as a property owner, we still remain beholden to taxation. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Once you create your successful business that you're working on to free the time in your life, guess who pays the taxes on your house? Your customers, not you. You're not paying anything. See what I'm saying? That's how it truly works. You create a successful business, you'll never pay taxes again legally. That's it. But it all goes back to us as the person. What are we going to do to make sure we own the time in our life, create something successful? And this is how you do it. For me, this is how I did it. I followed the voice in my head to say, you go this direction, Linnell. I don't care what fear says. Fear is not to be ran from, it's to be going to. Fear is saying, hey, this is the way you go, not run from me. Fear is wondering why. I guarantee you this, if fear could talk, it's wondering why are so many people running from it. I'm just trying to show them the way. That's what fear is saying. But the collective believe fear is designed to be ran from. No, it's not. You go straight to it. Right now, you embrace yourself right now. Embrace what's happening. Notice that you are now quarantined with yourself. But I'm going to tell you one thing. If you cross over, there is no going back. I'm gonna tell you something right now. It's a double-edged sword. Once you cross over, there is no going back. You will never fit in ever again. You will never fit in. Once you understand how money truly works, you don't need to own a thing. All you have to do is do everything the exact opposite of the majority, and you will always win with money. That's it. You will soon see how much time in your life that you will free up, how much you own. You'll be like, oh man, and then you know what your mission will be? To figure out how to own it all. That's your mission. Like right now, let me tell you a point in my life right now. Like if somebody came to me and said, "Hey man, I got this awesome real estate deal, man. You can get this $2 million house for 900,000, 500,000. Man, you just got to take out this loan, this mortgage, which probably be about 15 to 20 years." I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't tie myself to it. It's not. I mean, it would have to be solidly guaranteed that I could flip it that quickly. But if that wasn't a guarantee, I couldn't lock myself to something for 15 years. I couldn't do it. The very thought of giving, let me tell you guys something. You guys don't even get it. Money doesn't even matter to me. The money doesn't even matter. The very thought of giving up the time of my life by signing on a piece of paper, promising it to somebody else, I don't know. I can't explain that to you guys. The money doesn't even matter. It would give me just chills up my spine. That if something went wrong or followed through, just like this thing that's happening right now, oh, everybody's lives have changed right now. Whoever thought they was going to be making so much money off of real estate changed just like that. Snap of fingers, just like that. Now everything that everybody told them, because they don't know the financial people don't understand. When people are in debt, they have a singular vision of money. When you get out of debt, it's a collective thinking, because none of this works without all of us using it. None of it works. Money would not work if we didn't collectively say to each other that it does. Once you get out of debt, I only look at money collectively. I see everything. I look at everything first, not just what's right in front of me or what somebody's telling me. You have no idea the person giving you realty advice, financial advice. You have no idea if you're in debt. You have no clue of the information that they're giving you. That's impossible. You're in debt. If you're in debt, you don't know how to manage money well, because you're in debt. That's why. You're going to get out and realize you don't need to own anything. And when I say own, it's a good thing to own, free and clear. Don't get me wrong. Please don't mix up the word, because people mix up the word own. I keep reiterating this. Okay. There's two different versions that people believe, and there's one that's true. One's false, one is true. I always believe the true ones. Let me put this back up here too, just in case you want to jump in anytime. Cosmic Wisdom says fear is a muscle. It will make you stronger to face other challenges ahead. We can use this time to focus on mindset and better ourselves. Yeah, this is the perfect time, Cosmic. It is the perfect time for everyone to reset. Everyone can reset right now. You guys don't realize, like, if you reset right now, you will see the world in a totally different way. You'll see all the fakers, you'll see the real people, you'll see you'll see different, you'll see the correct people you need to see to be successful. Oh, and let me go back to this point before I forget. I wanted to show you guys what it when you find your gift, this is when you'll know you have found your gift, because this is how I know. When a total stranger comes to me and says, "Linnell, you have changed my life." That's how I knew it was my gift. That's how I know. Because that never happens to total strangers. That's never happened to me in my life until I started giving back my gift. And it's an amazing feeling, right? The further I the deep I don't know really describe I guess I don't even know if those words are right, but I'm gonna just do it to the best way I can describe it. The further no, the more I find myself, the more confident I become, because every time I do something, like if I hesitate, you know what I say to myself? I say just like this to myself: is what you're about to say the truth? Yeah, then what you worried about? If it's the truth, don't worry about it. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how anybody feels about the truth. It doesn't matter how they feel about it. Who cares? Is it the truth? Yeah, then say it. Say it any way you want to say it. The right people will hear it. I 100% now understand everybody's not going to hear it. That's cool. That's all right, but the right people are. And they have been. How do I know this? How do I know this? They tell me every day. They tell me in email, they tell me in text messages. They always tell me, "Linnell, you're going in the right way," because they're asking for information from me. They trust me. Oh, yeah, this is very important. For those of you guys that wake up from this catastrophe, when you guys wake up, I want you to understand something. When you get ready to go into business, all right, there's going to be a ton of people telling you how to do it. Okay. You're new to the game. You don't know who to trust. You're just going by the same thing. It's the same thing as the regular world, out of credit, but you're going to be seeing their stuff, seeing their business, and you're going to assume that they must know what they're talking about. Okay, you have no other way to determine that if they're successful or not, or by their views or their subscribers or anything like that. So you're going to be like, oh, they got 1 million subscribers. Okay, let me go with that person. No, let me tell you something. When you get out here on your own, the first thing you need to understand is that you have to earn a person's trust. Don't come out here saying, "Hey, buy this, sell." Out of desperate. When you come out desperate, you're desperate for money. People can see it. They can smell it. They can clearly see that you're desperate. You have to come out here, find your gift, believe in it, and then earn the trust of others to believe in the same thing you believe in or you know to be true. You got to say it with conviction when you find it too. Once you find yourself and you find whatever it is that's inside of you and you know it's the truth, you don't have anything to hold back from because it's the truth. It doesn't matter who likes it or not. That'll help you avoid the people that disagree with it. You ignore them. You no longer entertain them because whatever they disagree with, now they have to prove it to you. And guess what? Since it's the truth, that's impossible. So you ignore them. What's up, NC worker? See how it works? That's how it works. Don't come out here like everybody else thinking you got to do this, get loans for that, and do this. No, you got to figure out your gift and then get people to trust you what you know is the truth. That's all. It's not really hard to, it's not that sometimes it's very difficult for people to accept the truth, but trust you me, there are people wondering right now, wondering something's going wrong in their life. They just can't put the finger on it. And guess what? It's the truth. And then when they come across the truth, guess what? They're going to stop and say, wait a minute, that makes sense. Yes, it does. Why? Because it's the truth. Now is the time because you're quarantined to yourself. It's not a bad thing. I promise you, it's not. You got to understand what's being forced upon you right now. I volunteered for it. This is how I know I was prepared for this. What you guys are going through right now, I volunteered for it. This is what fear was trying to prevent me from. But you know what? Instead, because this is fear right now, right? This would, if I was in the same situation as I was before I got out of debt, I would be in fear. Fear would have a grip on me. But you check this out. But since I volunteered for it, oh yeah, it was fear was there. Don't get me wrong. Fear was saying, "Are you crazy? You can't quit your job. What about everything you built and your college degree? You went to 4 years of college, and everybody knows you as a computer engineer. Would you don't want to lose all that stuff, do you?" That's what fear was saying. You know what I said? Yes, I do. Fear said, "Man, if you stay at the computer game too long, man, you're gonna lose your skill set, man, and nobody's gonna want to hire you, man. You sure you want to be?" Yeah, I sure do. Because now I know everything is on the other side of fear. Everything good is on the other side of fear. I had to strip myself of all that, all of it. That's the only way you're going to find it. That's the only way you're going to find inside of you. Now, at this point, you got to understand this is an awakening for you. It's totally up to you. We need more people to wake up because there are those of us that know how it truly works, how it truly runs. None of it's a secret. None of it. Right now, you can choose to stay or you can choose to leave. This is to show you that nothing matters outside of you. Nothing. Nobody's opinion, nothing what they have, no matter if they're a movie star to a janitor. Have you noticed that? Everybody's on the same level. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't even matter how much money they have. Are you paying attention to it all? That's how it is. None of it matters. That's where I live today. Time doesn't matter. People don't matter. Their stuff don't matter. It doesn't matter where they live. It doesn't matter what kind of job they have. It doesn't matter the amount of money they make. I don't care because it doesn't matter. Where you're at right now, you got a turning point right here. Right here's the time. Right now's the time. Do you see me? You see, I know you see me changing right now, don't you? You know why? Because I've been holding back. Now I know now is the time. Now that I come all the way out right now, there is no going back. I'm out. You can too. If your head is knee deep into the hysteria and all the panic and buying toilet paper and this and that and China and money's going up and down, you need to unplug and turn around and see what's behind you. Turn around, stop. You know what you're going to find? You can do anything you want. You don't have to do anything the majority are doing. I don't care who it is. You can be as rich as you want to be without anything owning the time in your life. That's the ultimate goal right there. Right there is the ultimate goal. where no one owns the time in your life in any form or fashion. You can come out not being impressed by people that own multiple buildings and all this other stuff. You don't know what is their version of own? That's what you got to ask yourself. Soon as they throw that word out of their mouth, this is what I want you to ask yourself. As soon as they say, "Oh, I own this," you turn to them and say, "Do you have mortgages on that?" If they say yes, you ignore them. I don't care what they say. The profit return, the money's going up and down. Do you notice how everything changed on the dime of just on the drop of a dime right now? You see how it changed? You see how the value of toilet paper went up without changing anything? People were killing for it. That's how it works. Nobody knows nothing. So anybody that says they can tell you something and you're going to give up the time in your life for it, they control nothing. That's why true wealth is owning every bit of time in your life. That's true wealth right there. You know how many people right now, just this is the funny thing. And I don't even think people really understand when they ask me this stuff. Hey man, hey LJ, are you investing in any property? Are you investing in No, I'm investing only in me. People will make you feel like if you're not investing in something other than of yourself, that's a bad thing. Have you noticed that? I want you guys to pay close attention to that. When a person tries to make you feel like you should be investing in something other than outside of yourself, you got to notice that because they only can be talking about themselves. That's how they feel. They feel they can only be something if they invest in something outside of themselves. Whatever, doesn't matter how they feel. This is why I tell people all the time, "Hey man, you done? No, man, I'm just investing in myself. This is what I come back to." And people always make it seem like, "Oh my God, that's it. You should be." No, this is what I'm gonna do. Everything else will come. I'll have plenty of money for everything outside of me once I'm done investing in myself. Man, you guys don't even realize. I mean, again, I volunteered for this, man. I had to be stripped of my job title. I had to strip myself of it. I had to strip the work week, 40 hours, weekends off. Thank God it's Monday, Friday, hump day, Wednesday. All these things that were simply telling me I was something I hated where I was at because of the reason why I'm happy that it's Friday, because I hate where I'm at during the week. When you get caught up in this is what it is. When you get caught up in the what the majority do, that means you're missing something obvious. That is the answer. There's something obvious that you cannot see because you're caught up in the noise, you're caught up in the debt matrix. You can't hear or see. There's so much bad information flying around there. Nobody's verifying anything. They're in straight panic. So anything can be thrown across their timeline and they're just going to believe it. You think people are going to actually take the time to verify everything that comes across their screen, every picture, every this, that verification in Italy, this, China, that? You think no, they're not. They're just spreading it. They're just spreading what they saw. That's it. You can do the opposite though. We need more awakened people. Everybody dies. They have to be replaced. To me, this is an obvious cycle. And there must be people that need to carry it on. This is important. I want you guys to understand this. Had I known this before I had my children, this would be a natural process for me. And you know why? And you know what I think about right now? I think about, and it makes me think of this. My woman I'm with right now, she has a 6-year-old. Now, my boys are grown. Okay. And I thought to myself, and I'm 50, and I thought to myself, there's no way I could go back into a relationship with a woman with a kid that young, right? I thought I couldn't do it, blah, 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 because it was all based on my experiences as a young father growing up in the situation I grew up in. It was horrible for me, man. I was always in court, child support, this and that, lies, the things that go in. People just write all kind of stuff inside of these the legal paperwork, and I didn't say this, she really did that, and that's not why. How come I can't have the kid here? Oh, it was horrible. I couldn't wait until they were 18 so I could get out of there. It destroyed it. Now, anytime, and for years after that, I used to see couples with kids. I'd be like, man, I just hope it works for you because it's going to be hell if it don't. It's because that was just my view. Everybody's relationship with their kids are not like that. There's parents that don't work out, they get a divorce, and they still raise their kids collectively because they understand that those two, they didn't work, but it doesn't mean they have to destroy the whole dynamic of the family system. If I knew what I knew today, right now, definitely I would have picked it. I would have thought really hard, but with who I was going to have children with. Believe that. My sexual life wouldn't have been so free. It wouldn't have been like that. No, sir. I would have really thought about tying myself biologically to another person. Tying, because when you have a kid with another person, you're basically biologically tying yourself to that other person. I never looked at it that way, but I did. Regardless of age and time, we'll be always connected now until one of them, and the only thing that can separate it is death. The only thing that now can disconnect us from that other person is death. Yes, urban bros, we need more awakened people. And it's not that they're out there, urban. They're out there, urban bros. They're out there. They just need to hear the truth. How do you believe somebody believe their truth? If they're living it. They're not just talking, they're living it. They're not just telling you, hey man, I quit my job. Would you believe me if I told you, hey man, the way you can become financially free, get out of debt and quit your job, and I ain't quit my job? Would you believe me? You'd be like, wait a minute, you still have your job. Why would I quit my job? Yeah. But if I'm out there saying I done it and I quit my job, you're gonna say, well, I gotta believe him because he did it. He quit his job. You have to show people. You can't just say, "Hey man, buy my product and this and that." My man's Urban Bros right there. They're big on go check them out on Instagram, Urban Bros. Urban Bros BR, Urban Bros BR. Go check them out on Instagram, man. These guys are living what they're selling. All about health with these guys. It's all about health, and they prove it daily. They're putting in work. They ain't faking. Connect to their page. They are not faking. And what's crazy, when you love what you do, check it out. That ain't even work. That's not work. That's pleasure. That's pleasure to share the word for those ready to listen. They're out there earning people's trust. Hey man, when you buy from us, you can trust us. How do you know this? Look at their work they're putting in. You think somebody put in that much work for you not to trust them? No, they want you to trust them. Mr. Union says, how many women do you have children by? Two. I have women by, I mean, women. I have children by two women, but my boys, I have three boys, and they are now adults. I felt, What's horrible, man, that once they turned 18, man, I just felt like the shackles came off and I was free. But I created that environment. I'm not blaming the whole bad situation even on the other woman. I'm not. I used to. I used to go, man, it's her fault. This and that, even though I did my dirt and wrong, you always still blame the other person. Once I started just looking at myself and realized it's not even about the other person, it's about me. Had I known what I knew today, I wouldn't even have dated women like that. Not even saying that they're bad. I'm just saying that they would not have been my type. That's all. I'm not saying I'm better than them, that they did, just because they did this. And no, I'm just saying the type of woman would have changed. That's all. Because first, I would be a different person. Now the universe has brought, because I was trying to figure out why would the universe bring this woman that I have right now. She is like the perfect woman for me, right? And have a young child, because she had to teach me stuff too, right? I'm not coming over here saying everything was perfect, but sometimes there was some residual stuff that I had to find in myself. I had to look at myself. But now not even talking the game, like passing this down to your children. Guess what? Now I have the opportunity to pass what I know down to her son, because his mind is still open. It's still open to accept, and he is already brilliant. Already. You can always see when you're awake, you can see an awakened child. You can see it. They do things that are not like other children at that age. And it's like when you see them do things, you will look at and think back yourself and say, I wasn't doing that at 5. And you say it to yourself. A lot of people don't even recognize they say these things when they see awakened children, and they don't realize that that's because those kids are awake, and they don't know they're awakened yet. That's just their life, right? But when you see a kid and you say, man, I didn't say those words at 6. I didn't do that at 7. There's no way I understood what that meant at 7 years old. See what I'm saying? You know why? Because they're awakened. But that's just their life. Mr. Union says, I can relate, and I have 3 by 3 different women. I want you to look at something too, Mr. Union, in a different way too. When you, the more you become awake, the more you become not that person that did that. 3 women, three different kids, 3 different women. Once you become awake and you look back and you know you're not that person anymore, you're going to let go of that. You're just going to let it go and be like, yeah. Because right now, the things I did to 2 different women and kids and blah, 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 the person I am today would never, ever, ever do that to another person. I would never do that. I would never fool around on my woman. I would never do that. If it was over, this is how this is how I would do today if I was in a relationship that it was over. I would end the relationship first, right? End it. Take some time to myself to heal from it, learn what I needed to learn, heal from it, then move on to a serious relationship if I was going to go into another one. But anytime, if there was something in between that I was seeing somebody, say like this, say like, because sex is sex, okay? So say like this, say like between the time you're not really looking for anybody, but when you come across a woman, like today, I would come across a woman if I was single and stuff, unaware. I would say, hey, by the way, we can kick it, we can have fun, we can do what we do, but I'm telling you right now, we're not gonna be involved in a serious relationship, and we're always, every single time, always going to use condoms. Okay, I want you to understand that right away. There will be no not this time, or want to feel it. You'll say no. We are always using condoms. Period. I promise you, once you wake up, that's exactly how it would be, because you'll know if I have a baby by a person that I'm not truly connected with, this baby will connect us forever until one of us dies. Dave Sincere says, let me tell you, linking yourself to the wrong person can lead to a life of hell. Yes. At least the first 18 years. Oh, that was hell for me, man. I ain't gonna lie. That was hell. Hell that I brought upon myself. Let me make sure that's clear. All the court dates where I were pissed off, where I was pissed off at her, why she lying on me, why she called the police and do that, why she say that to this person, this and that. Guess what? All that hell I brought on myself. Nobody but me. I don't even want to. I can't even imagine the amount of money. Now let me explain this to you guys because I'm gonna get deep on so you guys can understand because it all connects once you're out of it. All my life, I had been living in debt all my life since the young age 20s. You have no idea how much money I spent on court and lawyers and fees for this, fees for that, all while living in debt. So you know what that means? Every single penny I used to fight this stupid nonsense that didn't have to exist in the first place, it was done with borrowed money. It had to have been because I was in debt. So think about how much that really cost me. Think about how much time in my life I gave up for absolutely stupid nonsense. Boy, I hope you guys are listening during this quarantine while you're quarantined to yourself. I hope you if you're caught up in it right now, I hope you're hearing me. You got some hard decisions to make, I promise you, because let me tell you something. If you're in one of those situations where you got one parent keeping the kid from the other, you guys don't really even see what's going on. You don't really see what's going on. All you got to do is let them do what they do. They'll have to answer their child, not you. Because I want you to understand what you're doing. If you're in debt, and you're going in debt because you're listening to the majority, hey man, do whatever you need to do to save you. I'm not saying don't fight for your kid, but I'm talking about the stupid nonsense stuff. Okay, the stupid nonsense stuff. Realize how much time in your life that you're giving up for that. They're gonna have to answer their child, not you. Towards the end, towards the end of when I got older and older, I really started accepting that in my life. I really had to keep that to myself because society will make you feel like, oh man, you just gave up on your kid. No, you didn't. You don't give up on your kid. You got to remain sane for yourself. And if you need to pull back and take some time away from all that so you can gain composure and get your mind back and get it back into the game and then come back with a logical response, you take the time to do it. I wish somebody would have told me that back in the day. Hey man, you ain't leaving your children. You're just taking the time to regain your mental mind state, get it back, and be like, okay, I've been running on emotions the whole time. Yes, you have. Now that you're out of it, now you're back in. Okay, now you can come back in with a logical head and real money. Dave Sincere says, I have friends who got horror stories. Man, there's tons of horror stories out there, man. Tons. And if you got a horror story, guess what? You're going to wrap yourself up with others that have horror stories. And then you're going to just stay in that same cycle. Oh, man, your woman did this. Oh, man, I heard so and so did this. Oh, man, my girl did this. Oh, man, you did this. You did that. This is why that. And then you get caught up in that whole circle of stupid nonsense. And all you got to do is just look at yourself and say, I'm the only one that can stop this cycle. I am the common denominator, and you can stop it all. Stop caring about what opinions of other people. There he goes again. The opinions of other people will hold you back. I promise you. You'll stop listening to them. Think about right now. Do you right now in this quarantine situation right now? Do you care about the opinions of others right now? Do you care about do you care about if somebody looking at your car right now that don't think it's up to their matching their car? Do you care about somebody else's house right now whose house is bigger than yours? Do you care about any of that? It has never mattered. You can stay right here. You can stay right here. You can never leave. You can stay quarantined to yourself for the rest of your life. Oh yeah, you can still fit in with all the people that don't do it. You can still fit in. There's ways to do it. You can play along. You can just listen. You got to fit in. Hold on. You got to fit in though. You got to fit in, right? You can stay quarantined to yourself, but you got to fit in. They're going to notice the change and you don't worry about that. That's going to happen because you're going to be able to say, "No, how come you're not buying that bigger house?" Because I don't want to. Hey man, you know they got good interest rates on this. No, I'm not doing that. You know you should be, man. You know your 401k is this and that and this. No, thank you. I know what to do. You're going to ignore all the people's opinions and advice on anything because you don't know because when they say negative things, you're going to now know they only can be talking about themselves. If another person tells you that you can't do something, guess what? They're only talking about themselves. You are the only person that can tell you what you can and cannot do. I have very few selective friends that I can talk to on this level. Very few. This is why there's an awakening. I'm assuming there's an awakening because we're running out of awakened people or something. It must not be enough of us or something because there must be awakened people to control what's really going on. This is the way it must be. And the only way you're going to be able to do it is if you quarantine yourself from them in every single way. You can still fit in. You can joke around, pass the memes, joke about, work jokes, passing. Oh my God, yeah, we need coffee to stay alive, to stay awake during the day. You can just pass all them stupid memes around. You got to fit in. They have no idea they're passing that stuff because they hate where they're at. All you got to do is pay attention to the one that finally stops and say, wait a minute, is there a different life? Focus in on them. You'll know because they'll start asking the right questions. How will they see it? They will see it in you. They will see you are always happy. You don't care about working overtime. You're not stressed if there's a layoff at the big company. Say it like you work at a big company and you're financially free and you're working at this company. First of all, you're working at the company because you like working there, right? And then if a big layoff if they start talking about a big layoff because of the economy or whatever, one of the million of things that could possibly happen, right? And you're good with your money and finances, and you're not tripping like, oh my God, everybody's running around the office talking about, oh my God, who's next? Who's next? And they see you just calm and cool and just chilling. They're gonna start wondering, why aren't you panicking? That's how they're gonna look at you. Why are you, oh man, you gonna be able to pay your rent? You'll be like, nah, I own my house. They're gonna say, "Oh man, I own mine too." And then you're gonna say, "No, I mean, I have my house with no mortgage." Oh man, my car's gonna get repoed. Well, yeah, I own my car. I don't have no car note. Oh man, they're gonna give us this $1,000. $1,000. If you think that's a lot of money, right there alone is telling you you are in serious financial trouble. I feel I feel proud, man, that I can that I get to instill this in my girlfriend's young child's mind. He will grow up knowing exactly what to do to be successful, truly successful in life. What true success is? Owning the time in your life. I'm going to make sure he knows that. And people think it's funny when and people think I'm joking. When I teach him, guess how I'm going to teach a lot of it to him? Playing Monopoly. That's how I'm going to teach him. Playing Monopoly. What to do in Monopoly. And right now, since you guys are quarantined, if you're listening to this, this is very good. I'm glad I brought this up. This is because this is the time to do it, so you guys can see everything I'm telling you. Right? This is what I want you to do. If you are a follower of my channel and you got the game Monopoly, okay, you got the game Monopoly. I want to make sure you play with as many family members as you can right now. You play right now, but you play with the debt from the debt-free perspective, and make sure you are the bank. Okay. You make sure you are the bank, because if you're not, people think it's funny. They'll slip 100 out of the bank without you seeing it. If they're in trouble, that's what they do. So make sure you are the bank and you play from a debt free perspective. You don't buy anything unless you have the money. You don't. This is how you and number. This is the number one rule. Make sure you only play by the rules on the box. Now, if you've never read the rules of Monopoly, you take the time right now to understand the actual rules of Monopoly and tell everybody that you're going to play with that you're going to play by the rules. You're not going to play like, hey, all the taxes get stacked up in the middle, or whoever crosses over free parking gets this stack of money. No, that's not in the real world. That's nowhere. That's never. Those are the rules that people in debt make up, believing that they're going to get free money somewhere. Okay. It doesn't work like that. So this is how you play. So now you have right now you have the time. You can't go nowhere. Nothing can distract you. Nothing. Now you can play and see what I'm talking about. And when you win every single time, you take what you've learned right now, Monopoly, against your own family, people that you love, and you apply it to the real world. And it works the exact same way. Mr. Eunice says, my oldest by a 5 year relationship, one by ex-wife and one by current wife. And see, I'm not even saying that you're a bad person for doing it. I'm just saying when you awaken, you just I mean, I look at myself back at that age when I had my three boys. I that wouldn't have happened probably. I'm gonna tell you right now, that would first of all, I was way too young, so that would have definitely not happened. Dave Sincere says, I saw Edgar, my dad, went through and vowed I never would go through that, hence why I have no children now. See, now there's a different perspective when I look at it. Like right now that I'm awakened, I would never have a child by somebody that I'm not connected with. In many more, not more than just sexual, every single debt, money, religion. I mean, everything has to connect. Else I wouldn't have a child with a person at all. Dale says emotion will destroy you if you get caught up in the game. Yes, it will destroy you. And that's ego using fear and emotion. That's ego. That's why when I see it, I go, why is that here? Oh, fear is bringing that over for what? Okay. All right. If it's fear, emotion usually brings fear. So I just go to the source. Source is fear. Fear brings the emotions. Okay, fear, what you trying to tell me? Is it there's some because when I see fear, there's something obvious that I'm not seeing. That's why fear is there. Hey, there's something obvious that you're not seeing. Okay. If you keep doing it, you're gonna miss it. Jerry says, I separated myself from a lot of people who were jealous of my financial situation. All of them are in debt and want me to join them for some reason. All of them are in debt and want, oh, yeah, because they want you to be like them. They want you to be like them because there is no other way in their minds. Joseph says, I got, I play it on late. How's that been going for you, Joseph? Patrick Young says, Big bro, we are so much alike. It's crazy. I know. I know. Hey, little bro, let me tell you something. Okay. This is what you're going to learn too. Okay. Because now I can be as real as I want right now. Let me tell you something. I can see awareness. This is why I've been on you, little bro, all the time. This is why I'm always on you because I could see awareness. Because it's like, I know my little bro hears me. I know he does. That's why when I first approached you with the phone thing, I said, okay, I got to think of something, make this click in his head because I know he's aware. I know he is. He's trying to figure out something. That's why he's bouncing all over the place with jobs. I know he's trying to find something and he's just not seeing it no matter where he goes. Okay, let me figure out what I'm going to do. All right, let me throw that phone bill thing at him so he can see. All right, no, calculate about a year. Hey, little bro, you spending thousands of dollars a year on cell phones. You think that's smart? Mm-mm. Here's another way. Check it out. This is how much money you'll save. And I know right there at that moment, it sparked something in you. Now, this is what I thought, little bro. This is exactly what I thought. Okay, now he's saving all those thousands on his phone bill. Now he's going to believe he has extra money. Now he's going to go and spend it because now he believes he has extra money. That's exactly, and guess what happened? That's exactly what you did. That's part of the process. And you know what I thought to myself, little bro? Okay, at some point he's going to realize it's really not extra money. He's going to realize that, and then he'll come back. But in the meantime, I'm gonna keep going stronger with what I do because I know he's watching. I know he's watching, and he's probably like, "Damn, my big bro is still hard at it," and it's like years later, and he's still doing it. Yep. Now look at you, big. Now look at you, little bro. Is there any going back right now? Is there any going back to the way you used to live and look at money? Is there any way you're going back? I doubt it. There is no way. Dave Sincere says, "How do your sons feel about your relationship with your girlfriend's son?" Uh, First, I don't live in the same state as them anymore. I used to live in Washington State. Now I live in South Carolina. So it, and plus they're grown, so their opinion of it really doesn't even matter. They don't like awakening right now. One of them listens to me. The other two do not. Okay, so my middle son, he's autistic, not majorly, but he's slightly autistic, right? So he's a different situation. But even him, he has his own gifts, man. His gifts is drawing. It's just amazing how a person can draw like that with no formal training, none. He can just see something. Listen to me, people. He can see something and draw it. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. My oldest son, he's aware, but he's in a struggle right now. He's in some kind of struggle. I'm not quite sure what it is yet, but I just got to wait it out. I have to wait it out. He's definitely aware. He's been like that since he was a young child. I always knew he was. But right now he's in some kind of struggle. I can't snap him out of it. So I got to just wait. My youngest son, he sees it. He's already on his way. He's already on his way. All my sons are gifted, and I didn't put it there. I can just see it. So when I saw it in my little bro, man, I knew I just had to approach it right. You can't force it upon nobody. You gotta show them. Like this type of awareness, you can't just you're just not going to do it because somebody says it. They're going to be already showing you that they're going to be doing it. So you have no choice but to believe them. Right now is such an amazing time to be quarantined to yourself. I follow a lot of other groups on Instagram, man, and I remember now mind you, I don't know where in the process in awakening. I can't tell you I'm at a certain level. I have no idea because it's got to be endless. It's got to be endless. So I'm not even going to say I'm at a certain level or I'm on level 17. I don't know where I'm at. But all I can say is that I do love it. Right now, you can just if you get out of the if you get out of the fear, man, you can realize right now is the time you can do whatever it is you want to do right now. You could think about it right now. You can say, what is it? No matter how wild it sounds, I can do it right now. And just it starts in your mind first. You gotta put it in your brain first. And then once you put it in your mind, then you must believe it. Once you believe it, it becomes reality because your physical body is going to make it happen no matter what. That's how it works. But first, you got to believe it in your mind. You have to believe it. You have to believe in something that doesn't even exist. You can't see it, taste it, smell it, touch it. None of the five senses. You can use none of the human five senses to do what to believe something in your brain to be true. And people that don't believe in themselves, they call it crazy. That's crazy. What you mean? What are you talking about? Yeah, I can do that. How? Don't worry about that. You guys see, I'm on this mic damn near every day. I'm at a whole different level now, a whole different level. I'm gonna just be real with you guys now. I ain't going back. I'm just be real with you guys right now. I'm on a whole different level. When it comes to finances, I'll change your life forever. I promise you, I'll change your life. And you'll be on this level too. And you'll get to this level, you'll be like, this level ain't all that. I'll be like, yep, I know. It's not really not all that level. It just sounds like it's high. Ooh, I'm on that level. I'm on that level. And to a regular person, it sounds like I'm bragging. I'm saying then when you get here, you're like, oh, this level ain't all that. Nope, it's not. You're gonna be like, this is all there is. Yeah, this is it. That's it. But once you get here and realize how easy it is, man, and you will clearly see that the sky is the limit. There's physical rules, and then there's rules that how can I put this? There's rules. There are obvious rules. Let's put it that way. That's the best way I can describe. There's rules that are obvious. Okay. And when you see the obvious rules, these are rules that you don't want to break because they're obvious. Why would you break obvious rules? You know what I'm saying? It actually makes no sense that you would break these rules, but because they're obvious rules. Because if you break the obvious rules, you'll just be hurting yourself. During this awakening, man, the spiritual things that I follow, they've been saying a big awakening is coming soon. Like you see these memes, you're like, what's that mean? What you mean a big awakening? What something's gonna fall from the sky or something? You think this is what the problem is with when you're trying to equate when you're trying to equate awakening with a physical thing. Okay, I'm gonna try my best to explain this to you. Right, you naturally want to equate something spoken to you in that way into a physical form, right? So awakening, you think some lights are going to come off from people's head, or aliens going to fly over a flying saucer and drop down a beam ray and it's going to wake up. You just think stuff like that, but no, it's not like that. It's like when things happen the way what's going on right now with this coronavirus thing, right? This is an awakening right here. This is the point to where your whole life changes in a blink of an eye. Boom. Everything that you've taken years to build up, years, however long this is, and it all changed in a month, just like that. And then you get to reset and say, damn, you get to look at everything, not just financially, relationships, where you live, your daily, everyday life is going to force you to look and say, man, was I really happy, or is I just doing that for money? A lot of you guys going to wake up and say, damn, I've been just doing that for money. Man, I look back at my job at Alaska Airlines in Seattle, man. And I want to reiterate this to you guys because it's so crystal clear to me, man. When I got up, one day I was in my cubicle. It was in the afternoon, the sun was going down, and in the back of the building at the time, it was just straight grass and field and trees, right? I remember getting up, something told me to get up, walk to the window, look out the window, and as I was looking out the window, something said to me, Linnell, it's time to go. I will never forget that. I will never forget it. Society will make you feel like that voice is you're crazy if you listen to it. But that voice was always peace. It was always something that involved peace in my life. It was always something. Hey man, it's time to go. The ego's like, hey man, if you go, what happened? What happened? You're gonna lose all this money you're making here, and you're in a perfect position. You don't have to deal with traffic. You don't have to go out of town. That's ego, just yip yap and trying to give me every excuse to stay and ignore the voice of peace. And you know what I said? Because I wasn't in debt at that time, I could fully focus on the voice, and I just said, okay. And just before I left that job, I got another test. I put my 2 weeks into Alaska Airlines, and before I left, T-Mobile called me, and guess what they said? We'll give you a $50,000 a year raise. $50,000. I took it because I was like, man, first of all, I never made that much money in my life. Second of all, I've never got a raise like that before, right? So I took it. Guess what? That still didn't do it. It didn't change anything. I still felt like I was in prison. I went over to T-Mobile for about a month and then I quit because I still felt like I was in prison and the voice inside of me, guess what? The voice inside of me said, this ain't it. You know what else the voice said inside of me? Hey, I just did that so I can show you that money doesn't matter anymore. That's the only reason why I gave you this job. Because when I interviewed for that job, I knew I had the job. Knew I got it. I knew I got it before I left. I knew they was gonna hire me. I knew it. And guess what? Before I got home, they said they wanted me. I said, cool. And the voice decided, okay, you can stay here about a month, but I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. I just showed you, I just did that for you so you could see that the money didn't matter. Sure enough, it didn't matter. I quit. I remember the people saying, "Hey, what's wrong? Why you quitting, LJ? Did you need more money?" It just kept blowing me away. They actually said, "What's wrong? Do you need more money?" I was blown away. I was like, "Damn, you guys just gave me 50 grand. All I had to do was pretend like I'm gonna leave and you guys will give me more?" It still didn't matter. I still left. You got to listen to that voice right now. There's two voices going on in your head right now. There's the ego fear voice, and then there's the voice that says, "Hey man, look around you. Do you like where you're at right now? Do you like your job? Do you do you like this relationship? Do you like where you live? Are you here just because of the kids?" You do know they see that you don't want to be here, right? You do know if you're staying for the kids, you do understand your kids can see that you don't want to be here. You're not doing them any favors. You're just hurting yourself and the children, really. Get yourself together, leave, get yourself together and enter them in a peaceful, you're the new you. Hey, yeah, that didn't work out with their mom or their dad, but you know what? I'm gonna work with them to make sure these guys understand that sometimes if it doesn't work out, this is how you can also do it too. Right now. Dave says, crazy thing, people who are serious about self improvement, they've already quarantined themselves. They started years ago. I was talking with friends yesterday and realized I quarantined myself years ago. Me too. You know what, Dave? We've just learned that our everyday life is called quarantine. That's why we're surprised. We're like, what? What you mean? What? We just discovering that our new life is called quarantine. I didn't know that. I didn't know our lives had a name for it. It's called quarantine. It sounds about right. I like it. I like it. I have quarantined myself off from the regular world. I have. When I need to use the regular world, I'll do it. You have to blend. It's part of life. Dave says, one of my friends said he was going to lose his mind yesterday because he couldn't go out and be around people. I said, what? This is a phenomenal time to reflect, research, and strategize, educate, and reset. But they can't hear you, Dave. Dave says, I have so much to do, read, research, strategize, listen to podcasts, YouTube. I can take online classes. I can go work my photography editing, teach myself video editing. I can work on new budgets. Yeah, my girl's, she's into her own stuff now. She's doing video editing, all that stuff. She's doing all that. I've already quarantined myself. I've been here for years. I was prepared. That's why I keep telling you guys, go listen to my video. I was prepared for this. And I didn't even know it. You know why? Because I listened to the voice. The voice said, go this way. I said, why? It always comes back and says, don't worry about that part. I already got that covered. Okay. Don't worry about that part. Just go this way. You guys don't even understand how remarkable my life has been, man. I've been, I've been flying back and forth across the United States like it's across the street for the last 5 years of my life. Flying back and forth across the United States like it was across the street. I've never done that in my life. That's how the universe know. Hey man, don't worry about that part. That's already in play. That's already in place. Don't you worry about that part. You just go. You just keep going. The only it's like this. This is what the voice says. It says, if you want this over here, you got to listen to me. If you want this that's in your head where you know you can be who you can be, like right now, this is what I picture myself. I picture myself on a big stage, just as big as Dave Ramsey, if not on the same stage as him. Any financial guru that understands, I imagine myself on the same stage as that person, them introducing me. That's what I picture in my head. Guess what? That's going to happen. It's not going to happen exactly the way I picture it in my head, but the universe knows what I'm asking for. It knows what I'm looking to be. where I want to go. I want to help as many people as I can awaken. That's my job. Not to awaken everybody, to awaken the people. The reason why it's a big awakening, it has something to do with, it has to be something to do with people dying off that are maybe hundreds of awakening people. It's their time to, they're old or something. I don't know. They have to be replaced. How are you going to replace them? By sparking something in people to wake them up. There must be people awakened to run the things that truly need to be ran the proper way. And that goes for every aspect in your life. All you got to do is really, once you understand that time is the most valuable thing on earth, you're going to look at everything in your life and look at who's stealing it. No, not even stealing it. Who are you allowing to take it? Are you allowing that car in the driveway to take the time in your life? You need to acknowledge that. Oh, if I keep making payments on the car, that means I don't own that part of the time in my life. Nope, you sure don't. 30 years on a house because you think you're going to get some return back on it. If the market climbs or goes and everything's based on the stock market, that means the stock market and that house own your life, own the time in your life because you're basing it on that. You control that, not no, not anything outside of you, nothing. And if you base that on a dollar amount, that's on you. You just put a price tag on the time in your life. I don't care what it is. Right now, you get to look at that. You get to look back and say, is this person, am I allowing this person to take the time in my life? If it is, you better change that. Is this job doing that? Is this car? Is this house? Is this watch? Or is this vacations? Is it taking the time in my life? It is. You better stop it. Quitting my job was what, man, I'm telling you, quitting my job was one of the most scariest. I can't even I can't even describe the scariness of it, even the thought of quitting a job or just not having a job. Until I got out of debt, that would have been a fear that I would have kept for the rest of my life because I was in debt. Once I got out of debt, that was even an option. I had to be, man, oh man, you guys have no idea how I thank God I listened to that voice. It just said, Linnell, you are no longer interested in this, and it is time to leave. That was the craziest thing I experienced ever in my life. I had to let go of everyone that didn't fit into where I was going. You got to let them go. At first, I thought my purpose was here to create the next generation of millionaires. No, you know what it is. My purpose here is to to awaken people. That's my purpose. Debt is the vehicle that I'm going to do it, but my bigger purpose is to awaken people. How do I awaken them? By getting them to trust me with the truth. I get people to trust me by using the truth. Right there is the unstoppable combination. I get people to trust me by always telling them the truth. Once they figure out once they accept the truth for what it is, then at that moment, they'll know that I've changed their life forever. That's how it works. There's so many people that I want to meet now that you can clearly see that they are awake. You can see like when I look at Will Smith or Dr. Dre, uh, I could see some of these young rappers. You know, you can see it. It's very difficult to explain. You can't explain it. You can also see some of them using it. You can also see I can also see some of them that are abusing it because it can be abused, but I say unconsciously abusing it because once you know, you would never abuse it. That's the best way I can tell you. So they're unconsciously abusing their gift. They don't know that they're doing it because right now ego is in full control of them and it. They know they're different than other people because of the money and the fame or whatever. They know that they're different, but they don't really understand that everybody's different. You're not special. You just found yours. That's all. There's nothing. You're different than nobody else that you believe you're over. You're not. The person you just know it. They just don't know it yet. That's the only difference. The the worst part, I mean, I feel for them because once they wake up and realize that their gift was driven by ego, and then once it's stripped, because nobody gets to keep whatever they believe they are, right? One day that's going to stop. So if you've been out of your job and you've been a senior engineer for the last 20, 30 years, and then you got to understand that one day it's going to stop because once you stop working for that company, now that title is going to be taken away. Now it's just going to be you. That goes for everything. Now what? Now that that's not you anymore, now who are you? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, hold on, Mark. I see you. I'm sorry, I was got wrapped up in here. Go ahead, man. What's
Hey,
going on?
oh, not much, man. I was just listening, um, and I feel you. Yeah, it's weird, man. Like throughout the past couple of days, maybe even the past couple of weeks, it's been more and more and more. Like I just been feeling it more and more and more. And you just hit it today on the head. It's truth. People don't realize the more you go towards the truth, the more peace you have. And the more peace you have, the more you're able to do exactly what you're supposed to do. You,
Exactly.
it's just you just
Hmm.
gotta be there in the truth.
Hmm.
This is exactly you have to realize to yourself, okay, this is exactly what the world is telling me.
Hmm.
Everything that I've been trying to ignore, every other way I've been trying to go, has been trying to hit me back on the head and tell me, okay, this is the way you got to go to
Hmm.
get peace. Once you get
Hmm.
peace, then you can do exactly what you need to do.
Exactly.
You know.
You have to
So
have peace
man,
in yourself. And it's like,
yes,
and you, it's like,
exactly.
once you believe in the truth, like, for example, let me just say, when you grow up and say sticks and stones break my bones, but names will never hurt me. Right. Right.
Right.
You hear that as a kid. Right. But when you understand the truth, so somebody comes up to you and say, hey man, you're a this and that effing, then all you got to really do is say to yourself, is that true? Am I really saying, am I the person that they're saying? No. Then why would I get mad? It doesn't even make any
Exactly.
sense.
Exactly.
I don't. You got to be talking about yourself because that's not me. So I'm not going to
Exactly.
fight you about it. So it's crazy, man.
Exactly. Exactly. But I think this is exactly where you're supposed to go. You know it, and I think we all know it too. We're just in the
Hmm.
right place at the right time, man. Just listening. So
I'm here. I'm here to wake up people like you, Mark. That's my
right.
purpose, and I do it just by using the truth. I could only imagine a person like you that came across my channel. I mean, I don't. Do you remember what attracted you to this channel? Do you know what
Man,
attracted you to me? What attracted you? What got your attention?
the intention was the truth. Truthfully, when you said, okay, it's only you that can get you out of debt, like I remember trying to, oh, okay, think of ways to, I don't know. It was always this monkey on my back. Like, oh man, I'm gonna have to go in the real world now. I'm gonna have to go and start doing all of these things to get a house, and then
Mm-hmm.
to then be in a job, and then this and then that, and then listening to your channel, knowing that okay, I have this student loan debt that I'm gonna have to confront one day, this and that, and I can't use any other mechanism than my job to get out of it. I can't. It was just the truth. I
Mm-hmm.
only have me to get me out, and it was
Mm-hmm.
funny because when I was in school, I also came to realize some truths about me that no, like Mark, you're not just the guy who kind of stumbled away like through life, your way through life. Yeah, you did, but there's more there. But you got to realize there's more there. And it was
Mm-hmm.
when I started realizing that the people, I started attracting the right people in
Mm-hmm.
my life. I started revealing to myself that wow, like not only do I have a potential, I have a potential that when seen, people are really attracted to.
Mm-hmm.
So it
Mm-hmm.
was all of those factors, and then realizing that somewhere along the way I had just stopped, I had just kind of forgone caring about this, and then realizing that you said, "Look, you're just gonna have to do it yourself. You're gonna have to pay it all off,
Mm-hmm.
you know, by
Mm-hmm.
yourself."
Mm-hmm.
That's what really got me to like say, "Wow, like this is on track." And the meeting someone before I met you, I met someone who made me realize like yeah, like I gotta have to do it on my own. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how exactly how to do it on my own to pay off this debt, to get rid of all of these, to
Mm-hmm.
get rid of this monkey on my back. I have to do it to just
Mm-hmm.
get to where I'm supposed to get to. you know
This is
it's
why
just
this is why I have that next level. This is my that's why my next level of services. This is what it is. So when you get out of debt, okay, what I'm really going to teach you is how to keep listening to the truth,
right.
basically, right? And I can't really explain that in the beginnings. I can't. I don't talk about that in the beginning when I'm first talking to a person getting out of debt. But you now understand that once you get out of debt, there's something that I have to teach you that nobody else can really teach you. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
that's not even bragging because you understand what I mean by that because you automatically know that there's not a lot of people that understand what I'm saying. This is an awakening. This is an awakening to help awaken things inside of you.
Right.
Period. Because it's always been you. So
Exactly.
now you're doing it. Now you know, like when I talk to my brother sometimes, you also know, Mark, there is no going back what you know, just a little bit you know right now. Is there any going back? Could you go back to the old way of
Nah.
you?
Nope.
There is no
I'm
going
trapped.
back. You're trapped.
There's no going back. Then that's what I told myself in school, because
Mm-hmm.
I came to know things more. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, there's no way I can go back, is there? It's like it's no way I could just close my eyes and say like,
No,
and even if I were to be able to go back, I wouldn't be able to.
no, you
You
wouldn't be
know,
able to. You can't.
I wouldn't be able. I wouldn't be able to sit there and tell myself, okay, man, I just gotta take the blue pill again, and I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, even if
Now,
I took the blue pill, I
now
would
check this
know.
out, Mark. Now check this out, Mark. You go to somebody now. If you now listen, this is what I mean by we need awakened people. I guarantee you, if you go to somebody that's in debt and you walk up to him and say, "Hey, man, you know that red pill, blue pill thing that's in the Matrix, the movie? Yeah, it's real." If you would sound crazy nuts. You would
I
sound like
know.
you would sound like you are insane. And
Yeah,
if you go up to him and say, "Hey, man, I took that pill, man. I forgot which one's which, but I took the pill, man. Now I can't go back. There is no going back." They would look at you like you're insane, Mark. So guess what? You got to be quiet.
right.
You can't say
Yeah,
anything.
it's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. It's like I can't. I just can't. I, I want to, and it's funny because I have lost friends,
Yeah.
and I didn't know. I was like, man, I must have been a real asshole. Like,
Uh-huh.
like I don't know what it was, but I just like I couldn't I, I couldn't keep the people that were in my life
They're
with
meant to leave.
yeah.
They're meant to let go because they served their purpose at that time when you were in the same mindset as them. But now you're not. So now you got to search for like-minded people. I'm telling you what you're going through right now, Mark. I went through the same thing, but I didn't have anybody to tell me that what was happening to me was correct.
Right.
Okay, I had to 100% trust the voice in my head to say, yeah, I know there's a reason why you don't have nothing in common with that person because their purpose is over now.
Exactly.
No matter how hard you try to keep it, just will not work. That's it, man.
Hey,
It,
but yeah,
yeah, but you got to embrace it, man. Love it. Like right
yeah,
now, Mark. Right now is the time for you to think very hard about what is it that you love. Now that you understand true wealth is owning the time in your life. That's the true wealth right there. It's not what you own. It's not what the property you have, not this and that. It's owning the time in your life. And it all starts with you. What are you going to do to ensure that that happens?
right. That's it. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the point. I feel like that's the point that I'm at right now. It's like okay, like once I'm out of debt, that's cool, but
Mm-hmm.
like what's after? What's after all of that?
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm here to. I'm be here to show you.
Yeah.
Because right now, let's put it this way. Right now, it's mathematically impossible for you to see what I need to show you.
Right.
Okay,
It's true.
that's the only reason why you can't see it because it's mathematically impossible. Once you can see it, you'll be free. So, like right now, in a time like this, I would say keep stacking your dough. Just stack your money because either way, if you continue to stack your dough and things, that means you have money right now in the bank. But even if things went back to AKA normal by just say like May, right?
Hmm.
Now you have a stack of dough to drop it on the debt. So you're not
Right.
losing. It's not stopping.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you're still going, but you're just holding the money instead of actually still paying it. You're just holding it right now. That's it.
Exactly. Exactly. And no matter what I do, it's still gonna. The only thing that I want to do right now that I feel like will be very, very good,
Mhm.
or that will help me more, is just to get rid of my car. You know.
Right now is the time. Are you making payments on the car? I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm making payments on it.
Right now
I'm
is the
making
time. Right
yeah.
now is the time to let it go.
And it's funny. It wouldn't. It really doesn't hurt me whether I like. Not that it doesn't hurt me, but
Mhm.
it won't. It hasn't really been a problem to pay for it. Like I could pay for it, whatever. But it's just knowing that if I can get rid of it, that I can get closer, that I'd be that much closer.
You know why?
You know?
You're not. Let me tell you why you're not getting rid of it. You just told me why you're not getting rid of it. You just told me without even knowing.
Uh,
You don't realize it's taking the time in your life. So I guess the time in your life is really not that valuable. So that's why you don't mind paying. That's what you're saying to me. You're saying, "Hey, man, I don't really mind giving up that time in my life for that car. It's cool with me, man. Okay, whatever. It's cool with you. That's horrible to
man,
me because knowing
man,
time has no price tag on it. Zero to
that's
me. I have no time. There is not I can't say, yeah, my life is worth $1 trillion. No, there is no money. There is no amount of money.
right.
So right now, if you accept, like right now, believe it or not, is the best time to let go of that car because nobody's going to come after you for the balance. Uh, nobody's gonna. I mean, you could just take it to them. Say, here it is. Hey, I'm gonna save you a towing fee because they're gonna have hundreds of thousands of cars come back to them. You think they're gonna go after everybody? No, they're not. No, they're not. Right now is the best time to do it. And if you got the cash, right now is the best time to buy the car you want in cash. Right now, give it another month. You'll get the best car you want. You'll get a $10,000 car for $2,000.
Okay.
Right
All
now is
right.
the time.
All right.
They're gonna be selling. Believe. Give it. Check it out. One more. Give it another month of quarantine. Oh yeah, people are gonna be ready to get off their stuff. Believe that you'll get a nice car for a couple $1,000s. Get you a $15,000 car for 5,000.
All right. Then I gotta do it. I gotta do it because it's just been there. It's like, look, man, like it's nice, but I already know the way to get kind of the exact same thing.
You can get a better one with cash. Better,
Yeah.
way better.
Oh, it's like that's exactly what I've been thinking. It's like, look, man, like all I gotta do is just I already got the cash to do it.
Yeah.
So why not just
Because you
do it?
haven't accepted in your mind that the time in your life is the most valuable thing on earth. That's why. Because if you were where I was at with my time, I would have been let that car go. That car would have been gone. I would have called them up. I say, hey, where do you want me to drop it off? I want to save you guys some money. I want to save you guys the time for looking for it, towing
Right.
fees. Where do you want me to drop it off? Oh, sir, it's going to ruin your credit. I said again, where do you want me to drop this car off?
Oh man, that's
Oh, we're going
crazy.
to come after you
That's
for the
crazy.
balance. I said, where do you want me to drop this car off? You're not going to scare me with fear tactics. It's not going to work. This is business, okay? Stop involving your feelings. Here's your car. And go buy me a car with cash. Ooh, man. Mark, you can get a bad car right now. Bad.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. So, all right. Cool. Cool.
Like when
Cool.
like when
Cool.
when
Cool.
you're on the other side, Mark, I'm telling you, you're gonna have to get my other service if you want me to explain everything to you.
Yeah, but I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it. I know. I already know.
I'm gonna save you a lot of headaches. I'm gonna say take a right here to go under that bridge, go over here, take a left over. No, don't go that way, go this way. I'll tell you which way to go. Save you a lot of time. Straight to millionaire status.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I need, man. But look, man, thank you.
Yeah, of course,
Thank you,
Mark.
man.
Thanks for jumping on, man.
And this is the right I believe for you this is the right way to go. It can't there's it's I like for me to say that it's real, I know for it's real. It's real. That's all I can say. I don't know how else to say it, but for me to say that, okay, this is what I need right now to get to where I
Mm-hmm.
gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
It's real. It's real.
It is, and you know how I know it's real? Because people call me and tell me that I changed their lives. That's how I know I'm
Yeah.
going the exact direction. You guys tell me. Listen, you guys tell me that I'm going in the right direction. You know why? Because you can see it. So I
Right.
know that confirms to me that I'm going in the right direction. See how it all connects there, Mark?
Right.
That's how
I do.
to connect for you. Whatever your gift is out there, you're gonna find it, Mark. How are you gonna know? Because you're gonna know it's the truth.
Right.
That's it.
Oh, I know. So thank you, man. Thank you, man.
Yeah,
As
no
always,
problem,
man.
man.
As
No
always. Good
problem.
show, man. All right. Peace.
All right, later. Oh, what's my brother trying to? 1 second, you guys. Let me see something here. See what's going on. Interesting. You can't see it. I'm not sure. Let me hold on for you guys. I want to see. Make sure. 1 second. Trying to figure out what's going on here. 1 second. 1 second. Okay. Play. Oh, that's why it's not there. I don't know. Just it might be a lot of people on YouTube right now. Oh, because there is no play button. Here, let me see. Get shareable link. 1 second. I'm gonna resend this thing to my bro. Not sure what's going on. 1 second. 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 Anybody else want to come on? You guys can come on at any time. Just sending this thing. What is happening here? Okay, just send him another link. All right. Anybody else want to jump on? Here's the link. You guys come on anytime you want. Okay. All right. Dave Sincere says, your video titles is what attracted me. I was researching velocity banking, and you had you had that in the video title. I've been working the past 3 years strategizing and getting debt free. That's why I put it in the title, because I wanted people that did velocity banking to see me too. Hard Fork Rich, freedom is the key. It is the total key. Dave Sincere says, I didn't like what you were saying about velocity banking LL, but I was personally relating to everything else you were saying. Almost everything you discussed, I could apply to my situation in life. And, and that's cool. And I appreciate you even saying that, Dave, because, in my mind, don't get me wrong, I'm just glad everybody gets debt free from whatever method they use. I just always come from a mathematical standpoint. So it really doesn't. Dave said, everything you talked about, I could reference a point in my life I've experienced or went through. And that's awesome, man, that I could get that out of you too, because that's exactly what happened to me. Brittany C says, I'm stacking my money in the bank right now, but it's so hard because all I want to do is use it to pay my debt. Yeah, but you got to remember, you're still stacking it. I mean, if you keep doing things mathematically, do it this way, Brittany. Still do the mathematics, okay? Stack your dough and then keep going. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. It still doesn't change, even though you're not paying it right now. That's okay, because everything, if you need it, you have it. But then if everything goes back to, quote, normal, now you still have that stack of dough to pay off your debt. So your math will still be the same, even though you're not paying on your debts right now. It's still the same, because guess what? You're not actually spending that money. It's sitting there. So the math is still the same. So keep doing savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. Just keep doing that. Dave says, there's nothing like being able to go out into the world and buy whatever you want with cash. To top it off, you have an 800 credit score that is just icing on the cake. Yeah, the credit score it really is just icing on the cake for sure, because we know that that's just part of life. All right, 1 second, you guys. I got to take a bathroom break. I've been drinking lots of water. All right, I'm back. Now, like I said, this is Q&A Sundays, and this is where you can ask any personal finance question. Even in the situation you're in right now, you can ask for advice. I could tell you what to do. Everybody's situation is unique, but I can still have an answer for you, promise you. Because the last thing you're thinking is paying off debt. You feel like you can accomplish anything. Sure can. That's funny. That is funny that you can't pay off debt. You're like, oh man, I know that feeling. I know the feeling that you're talking about, because what it is because you want to see it gone. All right. You know it's there, and you have the money to pay it off, to make it disappear or lower those numbers that you're looking at. I get it. I totally get it, man. But right now, you need to hold on to that money. Okay. Right now, this is serious business. All right. But I didn't know an awakening process was like this. Okay. This is serious business. Okay. So just hang on to your dough because you got dough coming in. I'm assuming because you're still working, right? Oh, there's my bro. Okay, hold on, bro. Hello?
Hello?
What's up, bro? What's up? Can you
What's
hear
going
me?
on? Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I was just I heard you talking to Mark, and I'm just sitting here and I'm just realizing like how much we are alike. Like literally. Like when I hear you talking, I hear you some of the things that you be like, you hear voices, like you just be like you hear things say stuff to you,
Yep.
like jobs I've been at, just something just says to you like, man, I'm different. Like I don't. It's
Yep.
something out there. I don't know what it is,
Right.
but this is not what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Exactly.
It may be a boss. It may be a boss talking to you crazy, but you don't have the answer, right? That's what it's always been with me. I never had the answer, but I never took it, right?
Right.
I took it for so long. And then it was just like, I remember one job I had. I'm making about $400 a week, right? I'm in this place all night long. I'm working my butt off, right? So I have no direction, right? I have no direction. All I know is I have a son and I have to take care of him. And I'm standing there at the line one day and I just almost beat my boss up a couple hours ago. Because
mad at yourself.
No, I was mad at myself. I was actually working. And then this girl had walked by and she was flirting with me, whatever. And I stopped to talk to her. I was talking to her, but I was still working. And it was this other guy at the line. He was super lazy, and he would just leave. He would do whatever he wanted to do, right? But I didn't do his slack of work. If he left the line, I would stop it, and his stuff would just be piled up. But he always left, right? The man never said nothing to him. So this girl walked by. I started talking to her, and he came by and was like, "Hey, get back to work." And I must have lost it. I must have lost it. I talked bad to him, and I kept working. He looked at me like I cussed him out and everything, and just went back to working like it was nothing. Like, and everybody looking like, man, that is crazy. I'm thinking like, I'm not like. How did he think he could talk to me like that? But
right.
So about 2 hours later, I'm standing there. I said, man, I said, man, I'm on a treadmill. It's like I'm on a treadmill. And listen, I just walked out, right? I just walked out. I didn't have another job. I just left. I didn't clock out. I left. Right? I didn't have another plan. I didn't have nothing. Right? I just left.
But something told you to leave. Something told you to leave, huh?
I'm standing there and I just said, "Nuh-uh, man, no way." Right? Left. Got a son. You know what I'm saying? I just left. I don't know why. So I just left, right? So, and I was off about 6 months, right? After that, I was filed for unemployment, but I was still surviving, right? I'm still surviving the best of my ability. Got another job. Think, okay, I got a better paying job, right? And then that's what you think it is at first. You need more money.
Right.
And then, but you know what I'm saying, what we tend to do when we get more money, I know you know what I'm about to say.
Yeah, I do.
So this is just naturally you think that you're making more money, and then I'm on that trip, right? I'm on that trip of like getting myself I got the shovel in my hand and I'm digging. I don't know I'm digging, but I'm digging. But on the outside, it's looking good. Oh, right. Pat has a new charger. Oh, Pat. Oh man, look at him. Oh, he got all the nicest things. And then but you still I started working offshore. Got a better job. So, but I noticed that I would be gone a month,
Wow.
2 months, right? Away from my family. I would get back. I would splurge, right? Because I miss
Mm-hmm.
them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm at home a week,
Mm.
2 weeks. If I'm
Mm.
home 2 weeks, oh, it's time to get back to work.
Ooh, man.
You got to get back. It's you don't want to go back, but hey, Pat, you about to run out of money, right?
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
You have to go back. It's no question. So I do that 2 years, right?
Wow.
But just still on this treadmill, right? Just
Mm-hmm.
running in
Mm-hmm.
place, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the fear, right? You talk about this fear of quitting your job, this fear, right?
Right.
So I felt that fear when you came to me, Pat.
Mm.
This is what you're doing. This is what you and I felt that fear, but I'm thinking like, man, I looked at the number.
Uh-huh.
I looked at that number and I got scared. And I was like, man, well, they're not gonna take it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I can't face it. No, don't turn around and look. Don't turn around and look, Pat, because it's gonna grab you.
Right.
Right?
Afraid to look at it. Ooh. Ooh.
Afraid to just look it in his face and say,
Ooh.
what? Who? What? You? That's what I'm running from? Oh no. Oh no, I refuse to run from that. But it's
Right.
just still, even with the Pat, change your cell phone bill. I'm looking at Sprint like, oh no, don't run and take away from Sprint. And I'm let all these things possess me. Like I've never.
And and you know what's crazy, bro? That's the ego saying, hey, no, don't run away from Sprint. What? Don't look it back at that number. The whole time it's
No,
ego.
it's ego, and
Mm-hmm.
it's and it's and it's and it's something that and I hear you talking to me, and I see you doing it right, and I
Mm-hmm.
like, damn, my brother, like he haven't worked in 2 years now,
Mm-hmm.
but hey, he's flying, you know what I'm saying he's flying back and forth,
Like
and
it's
and
nothing.
and I'm still working, and I can't fly at all. I if I did that, if I flew, so I could actually do it, but by the time I got back, it was time to get back to where your money is gone, but
Your
but you
money's
still
gone.
and
Money's
you
gone.
still don't know. I still don't know, and I'm just
Mm-hmm.
and then so after 2 years now, like to see the cell phone bill and see the things drop, and 2 years later, it just not hit me like it really has hit me now,
Mm-hmm.
and to hear you talk every day, I have to listen to you every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's like to hear you, it's like I hear myself.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
hear myself and I'm thinking I'm listening to you. I'm like, dog, I feel the same. I always felt like that. I
Yep.
always felt like I was going to be. I know I'm going to be successful. Can't,
Exactly.
can't nobody tell me I'm not going to be successful.
Yep.
I just didn't know the plan. I just didn't
Just
know
didn't know
the.
how. Just didn't know
I just
how.
didn't. I just didn't know how it was going to happen.
Right.
But I knew it was going to happen, and I know it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then, so somebody to say, "Oh man," and it's like you doubt yourself.
Because of
You,
other people around you. Because the people
yeah,
around you.
yeah, that's what it
Because if you
is.
told the people around you, "Hey man, I know I'm going to be successful," oh nigga, what you talking about? How you going to do that? You know,
Yeah,
you would just hear that.
yeah, and then and
Wow.
then and then so at this point right now, I've never felt more alive. If it makes like I've never felt. I remember like a year ago, man. I was just like, man, like right now I'm in California.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking like, man, I'm gonna have to keep doing this. Like, how long am I gonna do this? And it's wearing down on my relationship.
Mm.
Like it's definitely like you know what I'm saying. It's
I
definitely
heard
wearing down.
that for
It,
sure.
it's it, it's my relationship with my girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
relationship with my kids. It's not that I FaceTime them every day, but that's just only so much.
That ain't the same.
That ain't the same. So
Mm-hmm.
when I got here, it's just like man, it's like so now I have this vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
The vision that my brother gave me. He gave
Mm.
me a vision, right?
Mm.
So I'm thinking like, okay, if I just apply myself for a year, 1 year out of all the years that I've wasted in my life, right? If I can apply this 1 year and put it all towards that, just try this out, Pat. You have to at least try this out. That what your brother is saying. Give it a shot. Give it the best shot that you've ever given anything, and see
Mm.
what the outcome is.
Mm-hmm.
So then that's what I did. So I started seeing, you know what I'm saying? Every day is a it's a battle or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and you start seeing the results,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like, this is it.
And
This is it.
bro, listen to this, bro. Would you have done any of what I'm telling you if I didn't do it myself? Would you have believed me
No,
in?
no.
Exactly. That's
Listen,
it.
you were doing it, and I didn't listen to you. You were
Right.
doing it, and I
Right.
didn't listen to you.
Right.
That's how like undecided you are, and like, you know what I'm saying? Because I see the family, like even our sister,
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany, even with Tiffany, like
Mm-hmm.
she would not listen to me.
No.
She I could actually show her. And I know that you talked to her about
Mm-hmm.
financing a car, and I know that I
Right.
talked to you about doing this, and we still do it because we don't know no other way. Like, well, what other way? You know what I'm saying? But we don't keep asking you the questions. Like you leave that open for us to talk to you, but
Right.
we don't talk. We
But
don't. We just
I
say,
leave it open for you guys to see me do it. I
yeah,
don't even have to say anything to you. I just do it. And then
just do it.
you can't help but to see, like, damn, my bro's, he's not just saying it, he's doing it.
He's doing it.
That's my purpose for you, little bro. That's why I knew you were gonna, as soon as I saved you money on the phone bill, I knew you're gonna vanish, because I said he's gonna walk away thinking now he's got extra money because he's not paying that much money on the phone bill. That's the natural process, little bro.
And what's so crazy about it? I didn't even look at it like that.
Right.
I didn't even look at the fact that, oh, you now got extra money, so I'm gonna spend on this. No, that extra money was just coming. You know what I'm saying? It was like a end out, like the extra money was coming, and I seen it like, well, yeah, I go buy these paintball guns. Yeah, I go buy 3 paintball guns for me and my son, just
Mm-hmm.
to, you know what I'm saying? So right now
Mm-hmm.
it's just like it's just, man, listen, I see so many people going, like lately I've been looking for a MacBook, right? And the reason I'm just give my girlfriend a MacBook for her
Mm-hmm.
program that she's working on, making her shirts and
Right.
stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Just want a nice.
That's
So
what you're supposed to do. Yep.
so I'm looking on Marketplace for, and I talked to this lady last night on this MacBook,
Mm-hmm.
and she is so ready for some cash.
Mm.
Oh, bro, it was almost sad how I talked her down. I was like, oh my goodness. And she was willing to, and then I talked her all the way down, and then she even want to drive to, she's an hour away. She's going to bring it to me.
See what I'm saying?
I
You see what I
said,
mean?
oh my goodness. I'm like,
You see what
oh
I'm
my
saying?
goodness.
And that's not, I mean, think about it, bro. And that's not even really that funny. It's
No.
to show you how when you're wrapped up in that world and money controls you, that's what you do.
Yeah, I got like 3 people on the hook like now, ready to. I tell them, I said, hey, well, that's too far. It may be 30 minutes away. Well, hey, that's a little too far. I'm here. Hey, I'll bring it to you.
Damn.
Hey, I'll bring it to you for half of this. She got a 2019 MacBook right now,
Mhm.
$650.
A 2019 MacBook. That's about at least 4 G's, ain't it?
No, it's like 13. It's like 13.
Oh, it counts on which version of the MacBook.
Yeah,
Okay, size and everything. All right.
it's just a little. It's I looked it up. It's about
Mhm.
$1,300,
Mhm.
and she's like 650. I say, listen. She wanted 750. I say, listen, I have 650. She say, well, I'll drive it to you. So can you at least do 650? I say, well,
Mm.
she said, can you at least do 750? I said, no, that's all I have. That's all I
Mhm.
have right now. She said, well, can you do 725? I say, listen, all I have is 650.
Right.
So she was like, oh, okay, I'll take the 650. I'm just like, wow,
Right.
wow.
Because she don't even know she's telling you. She don't even know she's telling you that she'll take lower, because when you're debt free, say like we want to sell something, say like I had a car with 5,000, right?
Yeah.
And I know it's 5,000. They come, hey man, will you take this? No, 5,000.
No.
Hey, will you take? No, 5,000. They will know right away that you're not negotiating.
And I talk to people that like that. They have a price. I put my price on. They said, no, thank you. I'm not in no rush. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's
Go
debt
to the
free.
next one.
That's debt free talk. That's debt free talk. No
They
thanks.
just said, hey, no thanks. I'm not in any rush to sell this. I'm like, okay, cool beans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And you just go to the and anything that I want right now. Right. And I'm just and really I can wait on that MacBook.
Right.
Easy. I can wait 3 more months, stack my money up to the ceiling, because that's what position my brother just put me in. I'm about to stack my money I'm finna actually see my money go inside my pocket.
Right.
Because
and check this out, bro. And check this out, bro. What you're experiencing, I'm gonna tell you this at a different level. What you're experiencing right now with just MacBook Pros and all that bull stuff, right?
Yeah.
Now, when you get to be a multimillionaire, you're gonna be doing the same things with houses.
Yeah.
The houses. You can be like,
Yeah.
oh, I know you want $200,000 for it, but I got 10, 15,000, you know, 20,000.
Yeah. I'm like, well, here in the near future, I'm about to do that with a car.
Right.
I'm about to do that. I'm about to do that probably this year with a car. I'm about to do it, and then I'm gonna come back on here. And I'm gonna tell you guys about the story, how I got it, because I'm about to get. It's about to happen.
Mhm.
All I gotta do is just stay still, right quick, sit back, watch everything, right? Because it's like a confidence, and that's like, okay, oh, I see it now. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that money goes in my pocket now, and I don't even have to spend. Now, when you barely had money, I would go buy shoes, and
Right.
then it's just like you ready to spend it.
Right.
But it's just like, why am I like, why? Then you right back broke,
Right. Back,
and it's like this cycle. But it's like really, it's my kids and my family that helped me out through the like, hey Pat, you need to get back to your family. Like you need to
Right.
be home a lot more, but just didn't know how, and it just.
Man, bro,
It
you
was-
have no idea how happy I am that you listened to me, man, because I wasn't going to let up off you, man. I knew the only way I could show you was to show you. I knew you were watching. I could feel you peeking in. You probably I could feel you like, man, I'm watching this, but I don't want to say nothing to my brother because he's going to come back and start talking to me about this stuff, and I don't want to hear that right now. So I was just like, okay, I can feel what my little bro's trying to do. But as long as you was watching, that's all I cared about.
I was always listening and digesting, right?
Mhm.
Always listening and digesting and trying to be like, okay, all right. You know what I'm saying? But it's just scared to take that step.
But see,
for whatever reason,
mhm.
I don't know why.
It's conditioned, the conditioned mindset.
Yeah,
You were taught since a kid. This is the way it works. And then here I'm coming along in 30-something years and say, hey, Pat, that was all wrong. You know all that stuff you knew back in the first 30 years of your life? Yeah, that's all wrong. Erase all that.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. You got to show somebody.
You got to show.
And now I'm here to also show you that those voices that you always heard, that you knew that you were different, I'm here to tell you that shit is real.
It's real.
It's not. You're
real.
not crazy. You're not just because the people in debt love to say things that now you know people in debt say some of the weirdest things, right? Oh, you tell somebody in debt, oh, you're crazy. The voices in your head, haha, you need to go see a doctor. Okay, shut up. I'm not crazy. Now you know you can do anything you want now, little bro. Anything. Now you understand true wealth is owning the time in your life. Nothing trumps it. Nothing
at all. Not a piece of paper. It's just paper.
Now, let me ask you something, little bro. I want to ask you something because you brought up a good point with your girlfriend. Now that you have a plan about what you're going to do, does this improve your relationship with your girl now? How does that make it better?
It's going to improve it. It's just slowly because it's similar to you talking to me when you first start talking to me. So it's similar to her because she don't know, like she don't truly understand it, but she's ready to get in the vehicle with
No, what I mean is this. Since she's looking at you doing it, right? Does she know you're doing this so you can own your time so you could be able to stay home? Does she know that that's your plan?
She knows it, but she doesn't. When she's having a bad day or something and something is bothering her or something, and she wants to release her and she releases it in a way like, when are you, like, how long are you gonna do? I'm thinking like, we already talked about, like. But
you know why in your mind though? Does that help you? Does that help you deflect that now because you know where it's coming from, right?
I deflect. Listen, bro, I'm willing to stay in California I'm willing to stay with my family for an entire year. I'm not going home unless these people say, people say, Patrick, hey, we don't need you anymore for the job. We're going to send you. I'm not going home until the end of this year.
So,
I would not leave.
Do you see? This is why I want you to see something. Do you see right now, out of everybody, how lucky you are to have a job? Do you see how? Now, one more thing. Now you understand why the voice says, if you just listen to me, I will take care of everything else. That's why you got a job. That's why you are one of the rare people right now, bro, to have a job. Period.
Period.
Because you listen to the voice. That's why.
Hold on 1 second. I got the. No, thank you. No, thank you. Coming to clean my room.
Right.
But yeah, I see it so clear. Like yesterday, I went into work. They called me. They told me I was off.
Mm-hmm.
So then they called me back 10 minutes later. Hey, no, man, you got to come in. Cool. So I was washing my clothes. So I finished washing my clothes. I go in and, you know what I'm saying, I get the information. They was turning the next job over to me. Hey, Patrick, this is what you got to do. Really just, hey, man, you just on standby. You go relax. Right? We just need you here. Cool beans. So that's the highest business I got here. I go to work and I be on standby. That's what I do, right? So I get my stuff. I'm getting my stuff here, and I do like, hey, man, what you so happy about, man? I said, first of all, I'm alive. I'm alive.
I'm alive.
That's a good one to just be happy about. And then I got a job. You know what I'm saying?
I know, right?
I said, just paid on my car. And hey, listen. Oh man. I say, listen, man, you have no idea, but hey, man, I'm just happy to be alive, man. And then just walked out. You know what I'm saying? And I know they don't just they looking at me laughing like,
right,
whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like, you have no idea. And if I sat down here and told all you guys. Probably none of you will listen to me, you know what I'm saying? But I understand it because, like you told me, hey, Pat, you're gonna lose friends. This is gonna happen. You listed out these things that was gonna happen, right? And I'm here to tell you, all of them happen, y'all. All of them, piece by piece. He told me exactly what my friends were gonna do, right? How did he know what my friends were going to do?
I don't even know your friends, and I told you.
He don't know these people. He told me what was about to happen, and it happened, right? So once it started happening, it's like, how? Like this got to be right. It got to be right. This. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it happen. He told me what happened. Boom! I go over here. It happened. So how can you ignore that? So now it's like that with my girlfriend. Is like, okay, Pat is saying it's going to happen. So once it starts happening, she's going to, I think it's going to make her just lose her mind. Like
exactly, Pat. You're exactly right. That's how it's going to happen.
He said this was going to happen, and he's doing because I'm about to do it. It's nothing that's going to stop me from doing it, right? And if I'm here for the rest of the year, which I will be, I'm gonna take my stake in the claim and say, oh yeah, because when I go to work, man, they hey Pat, man, Joey, man, he like you, man, you get to work, man, you take care of your business, you're never late, you're like, yeah, man, that's what I'm here for. I'm away from my family, so why am I coming in late? They give me a vehicle, they pay for my gas, they pay for my food. Why would I be? What could I possibly be doing to be late?
Right, exactly. Nothing.
I got a room, I got a hotel room, I got all these things. What am I doing late? That means I'm just off doing some, like I'm not even focused on what my goals are.
Right.
I got my vision board. I wake up every morning. I look at my vision board. I repeat it to myself 3 times, and I go to work.
You're already, hey Pat, you're already upset enough that you said this is how much my time is worth right now for you guys.
Yeah.
Even though it's limitless, it's unlimited. But right now you have to settle for whatever the amount of money they're paying for you, and you know that's temporary. That's already irritating enough.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
This is the cost of the slave papers. You about to get your papers, bro. You about to get your papers, and nobody. You think it's bad now, bro? This is what's gonna happen, bro. You're gonna listen to the voice fully. You're gonna always listen to the voice, and you're not gonna care what anybody thinks about it. You already don't care about what people think. I know you never have. I'm just saying it's about to be times 50, bro. It's about to be 100,000 times better.
Like when I heard you say that, like you don't care. Like I never care what anybody said. You guys actually laugh them because it's like who is anybody to judge or to say? And a person that does do that, you can just look at them and say, "Oh, you got a lot of trauma going on for you to be sitting back pointing a finger at somebody else. Oh, you're really dying inside. Oh, okay, I get it. It's something wrong with you.
Something wrong with you.
It's cool. Listen, God loves you, and it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. You don't have to. You don't have to down talk anybody else. That's not what it's about. You really, and that makes all the sense of what I've always felt that way.
Mhm.
Like
And
why
this is
why are you so
why,
angry?
little bro. Remember, I always say people always just hang on every word you say on your Facebook, right?
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
tag and say, "Hey, I walked down the street," and everybody's jumping. I'm like, 50 people comment about you talking about walking down the street. I don't get it, right? Because
Oh
they're
my god.
naturally, they don't know why they're attracted to you, little bro. It's because you are confident in yourself, and many,
And
many people want to be that way.
yeah, yeah. My best friend always told me like, Pat, man, you be affecting people. He said, man, people have come to me and be like, man, Pat said this, and he be like, man, it was just a joke. Like it's not that serious. And then so I got to be careful sometimes, like
Right.
how strong my voice is, or
Correct. Because they
and
take it, because they will literally accept
they
Pat's word.
they yeah they will, and then so when it's coming to this, that so all I talk about now is what I'm going through, like
Hmm.
my family, missing them, and being debt free, right? Because
Hmm.
it's the only way, like to not to not put that in the universe.
Right.
I I don't know. I feel like I'm doing my brother a disservice, like to
You
like
have to believe it. You are,
like
bro. I already know you're doing it. I don't even think twice about it. There's no going back. I could say, "Hey, Pat, why don't you just quit now? Forget it. All right, go back. Go ahead and go back into debt." You would think I'm crazy if I told you that. You'd be like,
that
"What?"
sounds that sounds like a death sentence.
I know.
That sounds like Pat, you were going to jail,
Yep. Yep.
like a nightmare. That sounds like a literally
Doesn't
like a nightmare.
literally nightmare prison. No way. There's no
Like
going back.
why? No way in the world. And
Mm-mm.
then the what amazes me of the most is the debt language. It's like this actual a
I
language.
told you. Now, bro, when I first told you that, I said there's two different languages when it comes to money. How did that sound to you when you first heard me say that?
It's
What did
just
it?
like it's just like okay, like, because I don't know the language. It's like Spanish. I can hear people talking. I want
Right,
to learn it, right?
right.
But if I don't spend the time for it, I'm just, you know what I'm saying. I'm not going to never understand it, right?
Now,
So
now you literally know a different language, bro, that millions of people don't know.
they don't know it.
Millions.
I've talked to from 20-year-olds to 60-year-olds,
Hmm.
and they all sound the same.
They all sound.
They all sound the same. They say things, and I'm thinking like, he don't even know he just said that.
Nope. They
I
don't.
asked him. I asked him two questions. I
Oh
asked him two
man.
questions. He started talking about equity, how much equity he had, like how much equity you got in your house. He tells me. I say,
Hmm.
well, how much is your mortgage? Right? Don't even know he just got set up for the 1-2 punch.
I know, right? Don't even know.
How
Don't
much?
even.
How much is your mortgage? Oh, my mortgage is 1,100. I'm thinking like, oh, you don't even own the equity. Like, what did you
No.
just? And then when you tell them, like, well, that's the bank. Like some people, I just want to see what they're going to say, right?
Hmm.
Well, that's the bank's equity.
Sure
Yeah, yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah. I know the bank own it, but it's the. I'm thinking like, well, but what? Like,
There is no but. There is no but. Try to stop him, but try to stop him past say, but no, there is no but. Stop.
listen, what I've learned, what they keep doing, they just keep talking as if we just didn't,
Like we
right?
didn't
That you
hear what they
just
just said.
like, like it's like, hey, okay, and that's the sound to say, hey, Pat, shut up. Don't
Shut
ruin
up.
this person's day. Don't go into all this because they obviously they don't want to talk about it.
Because you're gonna be an
So,
asshole if you do. If you're gonna
oh
be the
yeah.
a-hole if you do. That's what's gonna happen. So you gotta be quiet.
And then you also tell me, hey, Pat, I know you're gonna try to help people. You want to try to help everybody, and of course it's just a natural thing, right? You just got a
Yes.
friend that say, hey man, this is, hey man, hey Pat, hey what you was talking about? Hey man, this is what it is. Hey man, I had to change. It started with my cell phone bill, right? I had to get away from Sprint and all that. Like, nah, man, I can't. Well, hey, listen, I'm not here to tell you. I'm just telling you what I did, right?
Yeah.
Cricket, man. I was with Cricket before. I'm like thinking, like, why did you leave?
I know. I know, right?
And then
Oh God, that is
the
funny.
next question is, do you own your phone? Do you even own the phone that's in your pocket?
Oh God, you sound like me, man. Oh my God.
no, I don't. I'm paying a little bit on. I'm thinking like, well, you don't even own that phone.
Right.
Like, do you understand what you're saying? It's like,
Nope.
and they like, no. It's like he's like, oh, okay, all right, Pat,
Okay.
bag up,
Back up.
get out of there.
Take a, they getting you caught up in there, Pat. They getting you caught up. They laid the bait and they got you. They baited you. Oh, now they're getting watches to match, Pat. Now, you see how the businesses do it? They not only can they not finance, not only can they not afford a phone, they get a finance watch too to match a Samsung watch, whatever.
Because they have to have the watch.
Yes,
they have to have the look. And then and another huge thing was when you said, Pat, add up your cell phone bill for the rest of the year.
Yeah, the year.
Okay, that's how much you're going to pay Sprint for this year. And on top of that, you don't even own the phone. Oh, now that was something that, oh my God, that hit me so hard. Like, you do not even own the phone.
Nope.
Well, Pat, this is what you do. This is what you do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pat, this is what you're gonna do. Hey, and Pat, once you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 is gonna happen. Okay, this is exactly how it's gonna happen, Pat. Yeah. And what do you know? As soon as I try to get away from Sprint, what happens? Oh man. Oh, let me tell you. Exactly what my brother tells me is gonna happen. It happens. Verbatim, like it's gonna. Pat, you're gonna be on hold extra long. As soon as you when you buy the phone, you have no wait time.
No, none.
Oh, you have no wait time when you try to get the contract. Okay, try to get that divorce. You wonder why the divorce takes a little bit longer? Right? It's easy to get married. The divorce is terrible. It's like that all the way around. Whatever you deal with, anything you get into a contract, it's easy to get into. It's terrible to get out of.
Sure is.
So you have to be careful on what you're signing, what you're getting into. Like, and it like if it doesn't make sense, right? If you question yourself, like, like, is this? Listen, I advise you to take about 10 steps back, regroup, and do not commit. Do not commit. Don't do it. Oh man, I've been getting abused.
See, bro, you see what now that you're on the outside, bro, you kind of can see, like, let me give you an outside view. Like right now, I want you to notice how they are lowering the interest rate on loans right now, on house loans. Okay. On all loans, basically, all loans, right? Now that is so the people in the debt matrix can be happy about buying more stuff. That's how they do it. You see how they did it?
And that's what they're going to do.
That's what they're doing. They're on Facebook talking about, oh man, I'm gonna refinance my car. I'm gonna refinance my house, because that's exactly what they want them to do. Exactly. And make them feel like there's nothing going on, like there's nothing wrong.
And they're getting abused. And then when you hear people, and then I might make a comment on that. Then here come the smart guy, and hey, I've seen pretty people just because they finance a car doesn't mean they're horrible with money. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. Let me tell you why it does. You know what I'm saying? So you tell them. So then you get into this like, okay, let me tell you. Then when you give me a response, and then they come back with the smartest dumb comment ever.
I be laughing at you when I see you doing that. Oh, I be laughing. I was like, they got Pat. They got him. They got his ass on the hook. I got a Pat.
They get me every time. They get me every time, man.
Then you go wiggle. Then you got to stop, wiggle your way off the hook, and say, "Okay, this is how you got to do it, Pat." All right, you got me. I saw it, but I didn't see it. But now I do see it. Now I'm getting off the hook. See ya.
See you later.
See you later. You ain't get me again. I fell for your bait. I got you. Got me. You speak a little. Man. You speak a little of that dumb math that didn't make any sense. You got me in there. Okay.
So every day I wake up, it's just like, man, it's on this mission, like on this.
That's why I told you. That's why I told you, bro. When I said, "Man, you think I should do that velocity bank again?" You said that'll be an absolute waste of time. I was like, "Yeah, you're right. Let me get out of that stupid nonsense."
And I went back to last night. You're right. I got a 12-hour shift, so I'm just looking at all type. know what I'm saying? When you don't give me my fix as much as you give it to me, right? I got go back and I look at the old videos. So I'm watching the old Velocity with Billy. I had to go back and look at old Billy again, listen to him.
I know, right?
And
That's a
as I'm
classic.
listening to as I'm listening to it, listen, I cannot listen to it.
Right.
I can't listen to that video. I almost hate that video.
I know, because it's ridiculously stupid.
I listen to it and I'm thinking like, oh my God. And then, right, so I'm looking through the other videos and I see Denzel is back. I'm like, hey Denzel, what are you doing over here? you have a whole flock of people over there. Like, why are you still hanging around? What are you doing, Bucko?
No, what are you doing over here?
What are you doing over here? You take care of people, because I tell you what, I'm not on Denzel page looking for nothing.
Oh my God.
No sir.
Oh.
No sir.
Oh my God.
What do you do? I see him in your comments talking to you. I was like, look at this guy. What are you up to?
What are you up to? You trying to be slick. You trying to read.
Little crook.
You trying to read. You trying to reword. No, this is how I look at it, Pat. You trying to reword stuff, think you can trick me by saying it another way. It's still going to equal. The math is still going to be wrong. So it doesn't matter how you come at it.
I looked at the question he asked you. I said, who do he think does he not know? My brother calls himself Neo. Like, you are the agent right now.
You are the agent.
And we can see your bullets coming, dummy. Oh my God.
Now, remember when I said, remember that picture of Neo ditching those bullets in slow motion? That's exactly how it feels. That's exactly how it feels, Pat.
I'm reading his comments to you about what would you do about investing? I want to follow you on. Like, why do you want to follow him? Like, what? Okay, this doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
Okay, so now you want to know Lionel's advice about investments?
Right.
Okay, why would you want to know that if you're telling him he's wrong with what he's doing over here?
Right.
What are you doing? Is Lionel coming over to ask you, well, Denzel, what do you think about?
No.
Why do you think that's happening?
Exactly.
It's not physics, y'all. It's not at all.
It's not.
It's a reason why this guy is still lurking around.
Tell them how easy that is to see, bro. Tell people how easy that is to see.
It's like almost laughable. It's like, what? Like, I see you. You act like, what are you still doing here?
When I was on your page the other day, you had Esther. Oh my God, I couldn't even.
Oh my God.
I was reading that stuff and I reread it. I was like, none of this gobbledygook makes sense. What are you saying?
Listen, you taught me that. When I said, hey, brother, what is it? I said, bro, what does this mean? You was like, Pat, read, does it make sense? I'm like, no, I know, because it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
So if I ever read anything and it doesn't make sense, I just accept it for what it is. It does not make sense. It's not for you. Whatever they're talking about is not for you. Leave it alone.
Leave it alone. They don't know. They don't know they're not. This is the crazy part. They don't know they're not making sense. They don't know it.
They don't.
And you can't tell them that they're, even though you can prove to them that they're not making sense. You can prove it with mathematics. They still are not going to know. They still won't accept it.
They still won't accept it. Hopefully they wake up one day and.
Now, okay, check this out. Check this out. Denzel is coming over for a reason. Okay.
Yeah.
He doesn't know why he's coming over. Okay. Now, mind you, because I don't go over, you're right. I don't go to his page and say, hey, Denzel, can you teach me about investing? I would never do that.
Yeah. Why would you do that?
That would never happen. That would never, ever happen.
If you guys are coming to each other saying, hey, no, my way is right. And you saying, no, my way is right. So if I'm saying my way is right and I'm saying your way is something is wrong with your way, why would I then turn around and contradict myself and come back to you and say, well, tell me about this. I want to know your thoughts about this. Like, why would I even, if I just told you I don't think the same way you think, why would I be over there still bothering you? Like,
exactly. But
Like,
so,
what are you?
like his question, this is how I look at his question that he wrote, bro. I look at it two ways. He's either curious to coming back to look at me and he doesn't know why he's doing it, or he's thinking he's going to come over and trick me somehow and say, see, he doesn't know about investing. See, he's
I
not.
don't think that's. I don't think me personally. I don't think that's what it is, right?
What you think? What do you?
Because
What do you read?
I think he's a very smart person,
Yes, I
right?
do. I do.
But
I agree with that.
I honestly think you're correct with your first thought. Like, he doesn't know why he's coming back, but it's
Gotcha.
something about you that's intriguing that he's like, man, like, okay, it's something that he hasn't figured out. Maybe that's it. I'm not 100% sure, but
Right.
it's a reason why it's a reason why he's still over here and you're not going over there.
Now, Hyphy, I was discussing this with Hyphy too. Hyphy said Hyphy thinks he's doing it on purpose. He's manipulating people in velocity banking on purpose.
I could believe that too. I could believe that.
Yeah, I can see that too.
I can see that.
I have a mixture because we all agree that we know he's smart. Okay, that's
Yeah.
agreeable. We know it's there. You know something because you're saying things that people in debt don't know. Okay, he says things that he don't know. People in debt don't even know exist. So I know he knows, but I'm banking on that he doesn't know why he's curious. I'm banking on that.
I don't know. This guy he's very smart, and you can see. I was actually watching a video last night, and you had asked Billy a question, and the answer to the question, Billy answered it no, but he was in the video shaking his head yes, right?
Right.
And Billy said no, but at the time, Denzel was saying yeah, but your follower that you seem to know just disagreed with you on your you're saying all type of all type of warning signs,
right,
and this is the time right now, right? To me, it's ironic, right? We're going to see. It's ironic that you just had this collaboration with him, and then this coronavirus thing happened, right? So with me, the way I'm going through it, right? I know a lot of people are going to be affected by it, by not going to work, but those people are going to be in extra trouble.
Yes, for sure.
If you're going this route, you only going to be you're going to be late on, or maybe late, or you know what I'm saying. You didn't borrow extra money, and then I never understood, if you're already in debt, how are you borrowing money at a low percentage rate if you're already in debt?
You're not exactly that. You're thinking exactly correct. That's exactly the way you're thinking.
So who's getting this 0%? This line of credit at 0%. Who's getting that if you're already terrible with money?
Right.
So all these things, I'm like, it doesn't make sense.
But think about it this way, though, Pat. You know who's actually getting it? People with money.
People with money
can borrow money at 0% interest rate on business side and get into business at the cheapest way possible right now. Why? Because they have money.
Because they have money.
Because it's different. It's different on the business side. It's okay to borrow money on the business side. Totally.
And I think he knows. I really think he knows. That guy. He didn't get this far by being an idiot.
Right.
Yeah,
he didn't get 12,000 subscribers from being an
idiot. No.
Exactly.
He's seen it. He took advantage of it. Yes. And he's trying to stick true to it because he don't want to see it to go away. But let's believe Denzel. If you're listening right now, it's going to go away, bro.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time.
Yeah, this coronavirus is about to strip his clothes. He's about to be naked.
But he's a smart guy. He's going to find another way.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying this is the end of it. I'm saying this velocity banking is going to be exposed by this time right now. That people are going to wake up.
And they're going to sit like, oh, I'm in even worse trouble than I started.
Oh yeah, but this is not the end of him. Oh no, by far.
No,
Denzel, he's going to be a millionaire. I can see that.
Oh yeah,
he's going to be a millionaire. I can clearly see it. But I'm just trying to figure. He's young. I keep forgetting he's 24.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's 24.
Oh, he's real young.
He's real young. So he got some awakening to do. That's what you got to give him some slack because of his age. He's just waking up. He's new to Earth.
Man.
He's new to Earth.
Man, but that guy he's on top of his game though.
He's on top of his game. He's on top. You think I wasn't thinking like that at 24? Oh hell no. I was nowhere near that.
Oh no, nowhere close.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, he's definitely I get it. I get it though.
Yeah, I get it. But he doesn't know awakened people like us. Because just think, a few just to think, a couple years ago, Pat, you probably would have saw him and might even believe, oh man, look at this young dude. He's coming up. He's making all this money. You just never know. You never really think. But he doesn't know that there's awakened people that can see what he's doing.
I would have gave up on him so quick because once he go to the drawing board, it's like, what?
What? I know.
What are you talking about?
Right.
You take this number. Okay.
You think people in debt can understand any of that? No way.
Listen, those people don't. They can say all they want. Oh, it took me a couple months, but I finally got it. No, you didn't. You just told me that you didn't get it at all.
Exactly. And if a person said they understood it, this is the first question I would turn to them. I say, do you know how much debt you're in? If they told me no, and I said none of that then you will not understand anything he wrote on that board. Nothing.
Well, the big question is, why don't you just use your own? If you got $5,000 coming in, why don't you just use your own money? Maybe
exactly, which is the only money. That's the only money, Pat. The money coming in is the only money.
So why are you not just using that? Since you got $5,000 coming in extra money, why don't you just use that?
I know, right?
Okay, or not. Oh, go borrow it and do that then. That's okay.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense, and
they don't know that. But again, Pat, right now, the further you come over here, it must be that way.
It has to be that way.
It has to
understand.
You see how it works? It has to be that way.
I understand why it has to be that way, because somebody has to be rich. Somebody got to do it.
Somebody got to be broke. The majority must stay broke.
They have to stay broke, and it's not because you want them to stay broke. It's because
right.
They believe that. They believe they have to live a certain lifestyle, and they got to finance a watch, finance a phone, and if they have
shoes,
shoes, they can finance shoes now. Ooh. They can finance shoes now. I seen it the other day on StockX. I can get a pair of Yeezys for $32.88 a month.
Oh my God. Are you freaking kidding me?
$32.88 a month. I can start buying me some Yeezys.
You can literally finance shoes. Oh my God.
The damn shoes is $260, but if you can't afford them right now, you can start out at $32.88 a month.
Oh my God.
And you think they have that because people are not doing it? Oh yeah.
I know.
Yeah, right.
That is crazy. When did you see that?
Man, it's on StockX. I got this app called StockX. You can get shoes like you haven't seen in a while, and like if you just got some classic shoes that you like back in the 90s, you can pretty much find them on StockX with somebody bought them and they
gotcha.
Jack the price up on them. You know what I'm saying? If you're willing to pay that much for them, you know what I'm saying? If the shoes mean that much to you and you want to buy them, they're there. But if you don't have the money for a low price of $32.88 a month, you can finance this $268, which is, oh my goodness.
Can you imagine the AP on that?
Listen, they finna pay $400-$500 for them shoes.
For some shoes. God
some shoes.
Damn, that is. You see how bad it is, little bro? This is why you can be rich not even having a job. See how you can see that?
Yep. I can see it clearly.
God damn, financing shoes.
But it's still, like you say, it's still a lot more that I don't know.
Oh yeah, you still don't. You got to wait till you get to the other side of zero.
I got to wait now. This year, this 2020, it's important. It's very important to me. It means a lot to me.
I've been saying this, little bro. I've been saying 2020 is my year. I've been saying it. Oh, I didn't know why it was going to be my year. I didn't know why it was. I didn't know why I was even saying it, but I said it.
When I flew here January 9th, I had no clue that I was going to start paying $1,000 a week on my car note.
Wow.
I didn't know I was going to do that. It's just, I got here, I paid my car note was like $400 a month. I started paying $800 a month. And then I go to work and I run into some idiots, some complete idiots at work. And I'm thinking like, man, let me pay $1,000 a week. I'm not going to continue to do this. Like be around these like people that just go out their way to try to make your day worse for some odd reason. But it's because they're suffering something. It has absolutely nothing to do with you. It's something about me that offended them. I didn't talk to them. I didn't bother them. They needed help. I helped them. But when it came to eat my food, I sat all there by myself, ate my food, talked to my girlfriend on the phone. And one day the guy says, I'm walking by. He said, oh, this old antisocial, this old
Oh
antisocial
my
ass
God.
dude.
Oh my
And,
God.
and I didn't say anything. I
Right.
kept walking up thinking like, do you need me to talk to you? I don't even know you.
God, a total
I
stranger.
a total stranger is
He's
looking at
mad
me
because you don't want to
saying,
talk to him. Oh
because
my
I don't
God.
talk to, because I don't sit in they sit in there, they sit in this other little room and they play dominoes and they sit in there and talk to each other, but it's another room right on the other side. Just walk through this door and they got a bunch of tables in there. And I just go in there and I put on my headphones, listen to you or talk to my girlfriend. And that's what I did every day. It's ritual. It's an hour lunch break. And that's what I did every day. That's my comfort zone.
And they mad.
And
God.
this guy, and this one day, I guess he was just fed up. Just this old
fed up when you were talking to him. Oh my God. That sounds crazy.
Listen, I didn't say nothing. And we went out, and right after that, we went out, started working. The guy needed a helping hand. Guess who helped him? The antisocial guy. I'm not worried up. I'm thinking like, man, let's get the job done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when I was running some things like that, that made me pay more and more to get this car. Like in this case, I got sent home for slapping one of these guys in the mouth because they're pushing me to the edge. Right? Let me get this car paid off. So
yeah.
Once you get the car paid off, and then I'm going through the things that go with paying the car.
Paying the car off. Oh God.
Calling them. I called them 3 times and oh my
God damn, they do slaves so dirty.
Oh man.
And then Pat, when you look at the other car, this one got different rules than the first car rules. It's like, oh my God.
This one got absolutely totally different rules. And it's just like, Pat, oh what? You was over here getting abused.
Sure.
You was a tennis player on a football field. Just you walked in there and man, and they seen you coming, man, and they just did you however they wanted to do you.
Hey Pat, you're the guy running across the tennis court picking up the balls every time they mess up. You that guy.
Oh man. So will I ever go back? Not in a million years.
A million years.
Not in a million years would I ever even consider. And if my girlfriend ever could consider it, she gonna get considered getting left. That's a fact.
I know, right?
That's a fact. That is a. I would prove that I love her to death. But if she ever thought that I would get involved in, I said, listen, if you want to pay for, if you ever get bad with that car, you're stuck with it. I would never sign sign my name onto nothing that you got going on with some stupidity like that.
Hey Pat, and imagine, even if your own family or your kids, hey Dad, can you co-sign for a car? You'd be like, are you crazy?
Like, you know how when Dave Chappelle was on that, he was acting like he was Oprah's husband. He had that money. He's like, oh,
yeah, okay, I remember that. Yeah.
That's how the when they come ask me to co-sign. What? Are you crazy?
Yeah, you gotta be nuts. You mean the bank told you no, but you want me to tell you yes? No, I ain't doing none of that.
But my kid's gonna be. I'm gonna have that vehicle. I'm gonna have that vehicle ready for my kids.
Right.
I'm gonna have it ready, and they're gonna work for it. It's not that I'm just give it to him. No, he's gonna be well prepared because my oldest son is very, like I said, this guy is above.
Really?
And I seen that when he was 4. Like I seen he was doing things that I was like, and another thing, I taught him how to play chess. Man, he picked up so fast.
Really?
Me and him play chess all the time. It's just how fast he picks up on it, and it's just this is how he's always been.
Man.
And I already know Evan is going to be. I tell Evan all the time, man. He's a good football player. I'm like, Evan, man, you're not going to be a football player. Right.
Oh yeah, you way over that.
You're not going to be a football player. I don't even like. Maybe last year was even last year because like concussions and hit his head.
Right.
You think I'm gonna? No. I'm thinking like running up to me. I'm in the stands yelling, hit him harder.
right.
What? No. It's just.
Hey, because wait a minute, you need that body to walk around on Earth to have fun. Why are you going to abuse it?
I got a lot of friends.
Body. And imagine when you plug this into Evan, bro, when you plug this last big financial jigsaw piece into his puzzle right now, oh man, nothing's gonna stop Evan.
Now
Nothing.
listen, he's gonna be the little Bill Gates, man. He's gonna be the little. He's gonna wire it a different way, and he's gonna change something.
Mhm.
I know he is. He's gonna look at it totally different than I look at it, and he's gonna say, And his little brain, he gets to working like it just.
And you imagine when you show him how important the time in your life is. Can you imagine a person, some dude come up, hey man, you want to make some fast money? Evan gonna look at him like, you mean if I do that, I'll go to prison for 5-10 years? Hell no!
Man,
For some money? Are you
for
crazy?
some money. The things that I did for money at a young age.
I know, bro.
Listen. I like when you was telling me that story about you getting pulled over, and you said it was your future self watching over you.
Yes.
Now I don't know who was watching over me. I don't know what it was, but man, I've done some things that so reckless, right? And I was so arrogant about it that, like, I'm gonna go hype you. Allegedly, right?
Allegedly, okay. Allegedly
was doing something that I wasn't supposed to do. Allegedly, and sometimes when you do stuff, you put in your car, you hide it, right? You try to conceal it, right? And allegedly, I didn't conceal it at all. Allegedly, I just put it in my car and I just drove 3 hours, and so reckless. Reckless.
Ooh, that sounds reckless. I'm listening to the story. It just sounds so reckless. Ooh.
Listen, reckless to the 1,000th power.
For money.
For money.
Ooh,
and I had a friend. I had a friend, man, and I was almost home, and I was speeding. Right, I'm in a car, allegedly. I'm in a car, and my other friend is behind me in his car. I come around this corner and I'm speeding. What does my friend do? He pulls on side of me and he speeds up even faster than what I'm going. So the cops will pull him over and not me.
Oh, he did that on purpose, or what?
He did it on purpose. He sped around me. He's seen him before I did.
Oh.
And he sped up, and I'm talking about hit the gas, and so he would get pulled over.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh. He did that. He did
Holy.
that. Because all I had to do was pull me over and open the trunk. It was right there.
Oh my God.
It was right there looking, and then after I got home, you think I was work, man? I'm over like, man, hey, listen, this is what's going on,
right?
And
don't even recognize what just happened,
man. Evan Bunzel Young, my son, changed my life while I was in the midst of doing my thing. I looked at him in the back seat in his car seat, and he was just back there playing, right? And I looked at him, and I just broke down and started crying. Just like, man, what if because his mother is gone, right? I'm a single parent.
Oh my God, yeah, right.
Like, if he lose me, where does he go?
Oh, you're right.
I don't know who was watching over me, because at that time I was so reckless. Man, I was beyond reckless. So every morning I get up, I'm just happy to be alive. Just happy to be in the chance to even get out of there. Like, man, I'm so blessed and so in a better situation. And I have no reason.
You know what I think sometimes? Sometimes I think, how you become awakened right now. You're awake. You can see a lot of things you couldn't see before, right? Imagine becoming awake inside of prison.
I can't imagine.
I can't even imagine that. I couldn't even imagine that. Become
terrifying.
You're inside of prison and you realize your ego got you there.
But what's so crazy about it? I've seen guys that has awakened in prison because they get out and nothing stops them.
Nothing stops them. Exactly.
Not the record, not nothing. I know who those guys are because they get out and they start a business and they're successful because they were awakened.
Yes.
After the fact. You know what I'm saying? They had to go through something
after the fact.
And
you see, without even saying any names, you see our family member, you see him, nothing stopping him. He's everywhere. Have you noticed that? He's everywhere. and nothing stops him. He's everywhere. It's crazy, man.
It's crazy.
And that's why this is what makes me respect this life even more. It does, man. Now I realize time is the most valuable thing on earth. That's what makes you remember those moments, Pat.
Yeah, for real.
That's what makes you remember those moments. Because right there, the universe is saying this. The reason why you remember this moment, because your life could have changed right here, but it didn't.
But it didn't.
But it didn't.
I don't know. And that's why I go so strong, and I'm sacrificing like this time away. I don't like it, but hey, I have a plan.
Again. It'll never happen.
I have a plan now. I actually have a full plan now. Mm-hmm. And I've been on the road now for about 5 years, on and off. And after this, like, I finally have a plan. And me and my cousin, we've been on the road for about 5 or 6 years, and neither of us ever had that plan. Like, why are we still having to come out here? Then you get out here, and then you see these older guys, and they've been doing this 20, 25 years. I'm thinking like,
no, right? No.
And every time I hear, I'm like, I would not be that person.
That's what I used to always say, little bro. When I was your age, I would say, I'm not doing that. I don't know what I'm going to do, but it's not that.
I was talking to a guy last night, the supervisor, the brother I think he just want to give himself a title of supervisor because he's been with the company for almost 20 years. And they just hand him crumbs, and he like soon as he get the title, when the real supervisors are off on the weekend, he's the supervisor. He comes in and he fixes his belt up, and he tries to, and you can see it.
He think he's all that. He think he's all that.
Man. He's on top of the mountain. You can just see it in him. And I'm thinking like, oh my, I never will I be that person.
No.
That sit here and waits 20 years for an opportunity that I still don't have. You're very replaceable.
Yes. And it's based on their approval. If you decide to go up, it's on them for you to get
on them.
For your life to be better. It's upon their graces on that piece of paper.
And with his words is, I don't know why they just ain't really giving. You know why? Because you ain't demanded it.
Sure.
And the reason why you haven't demanded it because you in debt.
Exactly, bro. Because he hasn't demanded it.
You can't demand it. You got to take them what they give you because you still buying new cars and trying to live like them. Like the guys that your boss, you trying to steady show them that and other people that you have it, I guess. I don't know.
And think about this, bro. Think about this, bro. Your company is probably what, $1 billion company?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Do you think? You better believe aware people run that business at the top. And when you come through, bro, those aware people are gonna see you, little bro. They're gonna be like, "Oh, he's one of us." They're gonna look at you just like that. They're gonna be like, "Oh, okay, he's one of us. We can clearly see that." I promise you.
I guarantee it. I guarantee it, because the conversation is going to be totally different. I'm not going to go in there asking for anything.
Nope.
No. I'm not under pressure. I hope you know I'm not asking for anything. I'm letting you know that, hey, right. I'm about to go home.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? I'll be back. And if you don't need me back, that's fine too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. This is only business.
It's only business.
It's
how
only
you doing,
business.
how you doing, bro? Why are you so emotional? Why
you so upset? Calm down.
Oh man, that's why I love talking to you like this, little bro. Because when I say I'm about to be a multi-millionaire, you know I am, right? You could just hear it.
I believe you.
I'm gonna give you a millionaire, and I'm gonna give you some. You want some of this? Here, take some. There's plenty.
It's up to you too. Just go get it.
I'm gonna say here, bro. It's endless. Hey, you want some? Go ahead. There's plenty. The Federal Reserve is printing trillions of it, so there's endless. Come on, here, take some. But you got to understand how to use it. I ain't gonna give it to no mindless person.
No. I always thought. How I always want to ask you this question. How is the United States in debt? Right?
They're not. They're not.
Listen. This is the question, right? I always ask. How are we in debt and we print money?
Okay, that's a good question. Let me tell you how it really works, bro. The Federal Reserve is separate from the United States. Okay, it's separate. I mean, it's in the United States, but don't get me wrong. But they are their own separate entity. The government is in debt to the Federal Reserve. who's at the top of the chain. And guess what? Since they print the money, the Federal Reserve prints the money. Whoever controls the money controls everything. That's it. So now this is why I'm taking my time right now. I'm reading some boring stuff that people don't understand. The Federal Reserve, since they're at the top of the chain. They're the ones that know that they know money doesn't exist. That's it.
It's just a piece of paper that puts
Just
the
a piece
color
of
on it.
paper. Just a piece of paper that, like this, bro. Once you get out of debt, you can have $1,000 in your hand, give it to a family member who's in debt. Now it disappears. They can hand you the same they can hand you back that same $1,000, and now it's real money because you're not in debt, bro. That's how it works.
I totally get it.
See how it works?
Get it.
It seems like magic, right? They're gonna be like, wait a minute, I still see the money in your hand because you're not seeing the trick.
Soon as you put it in your hand, you can just watch it disappear.
Boom,
Goes away.
gone. It's gone. But try to explain that to them, bro, when they have it in their hand. Try to say that. Hey, that's not really in your hand.
All I can relate, when you were trying to explain it to me, man, I was not listening to you. I was not listening to you at all. I would hang up that phone and be like, man, I don't know what my brother on. But
all right.
Let me take my shovel and get going on about my business.
Where's my shovel?
Where's my shovel at?
And it's dragging along across the cement, scratching up your car. Every time you get in the car, it's messing up your paint job.
Hand me my shovel, man. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here.
Gotta get out of here. Shut up, bro. Get my shovel. Hey, bro, where's your shovel? I don't have one. Okay, I don't care. Where's mine?
I need mine. You crazy for not having one.
Oh man.
Man.
So right now, that's when you hear we're in debt. We're just in debt to the Federal Reserve. That's who we're in debt with. So now I want to know more about the Federal Reserve because I'm not in debt to nobody. You got to be in debt. I'm not in debt to anybody, right? So I'm like, hey, Federal Reserve, how you guys do that? Show me what you guys do. Did you go look at that building? Did you go look at the picture of it?
No, I didn't.
When you get a chance, when you get a chance, bro, I want you to go Google the Federal Reserve building. It only take a second. And then when you look at that building, you tell me the statement it's making to you. Okay, you tell me the statement that building makes.
I'm gonna go look at it. I wanted because I know they that movie Den of Thieves.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen Den of Thieves?
No.
Okay, I think they tried to rob the Federal Reserve.
Oh, that's a total lie. Ever. That would never happen in a million years. That's a total movie. That's a total movie.
Yeah, that's definitely a total movie.
And bro, probably even in that building. Probably they don't even probably got anything in it.
Yeah, that's true.
There's probably nothing in that building.
People think it's just wads of money.
Yeah.
There's crates and crates of money.
Crates.
Why,
like the movies.
Why would they even have it in there?
They don't have to.
They don't have to
have them. That's movies, Pat. That's movies, bro. People in debt don't even know money doesn't even exist for them. They don't even know it. Why would they have stacks of money inside there? It doesn't make any sense. They don't even need it. As much.
No.
I was watching something out just last night. Something said just like this. Compared to how much debt is out there, there's only about 3% of actual paper currency. 3%. 3%? That's crazy.
That's crazy. So everything is just digital numbers.
It doesn't even exist. Right now, even though, you're doing it right. Of course, doing what you're doing to pay off your debt is the only way you're doing it, right? To pay off your debt. But once you get out of debt, you're going to be like, oh, crap. Money didn't exist for me the whole time I was in debt. Nope. Sure didn't.
At all. And that's the thing that I'm getting to my girlfriend right now. Like, hey, you just got your income tax. Mm-hmm. Listen, that money is gone.
It's already gone.
It's already gone. But hey, you just continue to pay your student loan. You get your student loan paid off.
Right.
That's all I want you to concentrate on is paying your student loan.
Oh yeah, get rid of that mug. Oof.
Get rid of that student loan. This is the best time to get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? You just concentrate on that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'll take care of the rest.
Yep. Because it's naturally going to happen. You're going to naturally, her stuff is next. Believe that.
Oh, yeah. It has to happen. It's no other way.
I know it has to happen. That's not an
It
option.
has to happen. It's not even an option to say, okay, your daddy's gone, but she still has it. No, it doesn't work like that.
Nope. Nope. And can you imagine? Imagine this is what I picture you and your girls now. Man, when she gets on board, Pat, and you guys both have a job, wherever you guys are gonna choose to work, you guys' money is gonna stack so fast. Oh my God, nobody's gonna even understand you guys.
Because we always want to take a vacation and go fly somewhere with our kids, and it's something that we just want to do, right? And we've never been able to do.
You will be able to now.
Never. Oh yeah, I want to take my kids to Minnesota because I worked in Minnesota last year. That's a nice place.
Really?
Man, Minnesota, Mall of America, and just everything that they have in that 15 to 20 mile radius. Man, that is a nice place. I would definitely take my kids to Minnesota when it's almost winter time. Oh yeah, most definitely.
I have never thought about that.
Man, I'm definitely. I just want to take them to the mall, the biggest mall in America, and just take them up there to see the snow. And
have you been to Hawaii yet?
Never been to Hawaii. My youngest son, he wants to go to Hawaii for some reason.
Oh man, it's beautiful, bro. I mean, when I first quit my job, I went there for 2 weeks. Everybody was like this. How long you staying there? I said 2 weeks. They was like, damn, 2 weeks. And they said, who you going with? I said, by myself. By yourself? Like, oh my God, what you gonna do? I said, I'm gonna just enjoy my peace.
You know what's so crazy? When I get ready to travel like that, like all this time, this whole year that I'm gonna be in this hotel room, I'm just racking up hotel points.
Yeah.
So whenever I do go, I'm gonna stay for free. I'm gonna stay for free whenever I do go get my hotel. I'm just racking up points, being here, flying here, all that. Them just points that I can use probably for one free flight to get there. And it's all type of ways.
You know what's up, bro? I'm gonna tell you a story. Let me tell you a story about my trip on that 2 weeks vacation on Hawaii. One of the most beautiful places to go in America, right? I'm there. You know how ripped I was, especially back then. I was really ripped up right there. I'm thinking, all right, yeah, I'm gonna go to Hawaii, man. These girls gonna just be all over me and blah blah blah, right? I went to 2 weeks. I went there 2 weeks. Do you know not one woman came on to me, bro?
Why is that?
Okay, you know how hard that. First, I had to get over my ego of that happening. I was like, this has never happened to me. I was walking around like, do you see my stomach? Do you see my arms? Everywhere else I go, this always worked, but it's not going to work in the most beautiful place in the United States of America. You know, the universe was saying, because that's not your purpose to be here for any of that.
But for none of that.
For none of that. So for the first week, I was battling my ego. And then by week 2 came, I finally accepted what the purpose of my vacation. It was just for me to be there by myself, to understand me, and to be away from everybody. Nobody can come drop by. Nobody can call me and talk to me if I didn't want them to. I was totally by myself. That tripped me out. Then I walked away because I was upset at first. I was like, damn. And everybody's called, oh, L, man, I know you got some girls in your room and this and that because of their image of me, right?
Yeah.
Their image of me thought, okay, Linnell just gets women. These are the type of women he get. I know he's doing this, that. And I was doing none of that. And even when I was telling them, I was like, I'm doing none of that. Oh, man, you lying. Lying? Why would I lie about that?
Why would I make up that lie?
Why would I make up that lie? Why?
Oh my goodness!
Because that's what their view of me was. That's their view of me.
And I think what other people view are like.
Yeah, when I was getting in shape, I actually took that image from people and applied it upon myself. You know what I'm saying? For years.
Yeah. Yeah. I know exactly what you're saying, bro.
Man, I'm so happy you over here, little bro, man. We're gonna make the young name a generational thing.
And those are just facts.
Those are facts.
Because it's no other way. And
no other way.
And to know what I know and see the path, see the vision, see where it's going, it's just like, oh, man, there is no limits.
Only the
And I'm
ones we
thinking
put
like,
on ourselves.
and right now I'm 36 years old. 10 years from now, by the time I'm 46,
Hmm.
man, listen, I'm gonna be kicked back. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be kicked back at the. I'm talking about at the top of
Hmm.
my game 10 years from now.
Hmm.
And all I ever wanted it was to be prepared for my kids when
Hmm.
they got to high school, and I just wanted to be prepared for them,
Yeah.
not send them out to the world and lost, and you got to go
Right.
to college and
All that stupid
um,
nonsense.
just all that nonsense and living debt. I always thought, man, I have to be ready for my kids when they get to high
Right.
school. Like I
This
just
is
got
the
to be,
answer, bro.
you know what I'm saying? And I don't want, and I'm not going to kick them out of the house when they get 18 and they
Right.
gotta go. No, 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 no. I'm not rushing my kids out of. They have to be prepared
Got to be
to
ready
go in
for
this
this, bro.
world.
They got to
They
be
have
ready.
to
They
be
got
ready.
think about it, bro. You cannot send your kids out there not being able to speak the correct money language, the deaf
Man,
language. They can't. They'll be helpless.
it'll be helpless and they're gonna get abused. And I refuse to let. No way, no way.
All these broke people.
Especially,
Can you imagine all these broke people giving your kids financial advice? Oh man.
man, listen. I'm starting to not let my kids hang around other kids whose parents talk like that.
Ah, God. Ooh, you good luck
Hey,
explaining that to your kid. Hey, you can't hang
like,
around that kid because
listen,
their parents are stupid. No, you
listen.
can't say that.
Evan, you can't go over there no more, man. No way. Why, Daddy? Hey, listen, son. Listen to me.
Uh,
Have I ever stood you wrong?
you know I love you, right? You know I love you. Okay.
Oh man.
Oh man, you can't. Yeah, man. You know what? I'm excited to see what you're gonna learn knowing this, raising your kids, man. Because I get the chance to do that with my girlfriend's son.
Yeah.
I really get to see it work. All right. I'm not so I can even show people that with her son. So say if you
Uh,
teach your kids this, look how your kid, the higher chances of your kid turning out prepared.
bad.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody else listens?
Oh, what do you mean?
Like Denzel and the end of them listen?
Denzel's
Oh
slightly autistic, so he listens
yeah,
for
yeah,
most
yeah, yeah, yeah,
things,
yeah, yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
Desmond does, Lonzel doesn't.
Okay. Okay,
So
that's good. That's
only Lonzel, but he's aware too, though. He's aware. He's not accepting it right now. That's all.
right now. It's just right now.
Just right
That's
now.
all it is.
That's it. He gonna come along.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come
Because
along.
you never know, one, even though you might teach your kids, one might be a rebel. You know what I'm saying? And say, I don't care, my dad, he's old. He's just trying to
Yeah.
make me not have any fun and this and that. And then they're going to go out and guess what? They're going to be like, God damn it, my dad told me not to do that.
See what's so crazy about it? He has no choice but to run into the brick wall.
No
If
choice.
if if he doesn't listen,
Correct.
if he just think he's gonna do whatever he wants to do,
Correct.
that brick wall is coming very very fast.
Oh, it's already there. It's already built. It's there. It's up to you to see it or not.
It's up to you.
Because
It's
death,
up to
death
you.
puts that fog in front of your vision, and he's gonna be running and running. And then one day the fog's gonna clear. He's gonna hit that brick wall. Bam!
Oh wait, and hopefully you can survive out of that.
Hopefully you can survive. I'll be in the background saying, "Hey, this way."
Hey, hands in the air. Hey, here I am.
Here I am, blowing the foghorn. Oh,
Oh man, you're funny. This guy is hilarious, man. Hey, listen, guys, we talk like this all the time.
yeah.
I talk like this with my brother all the time, man, and
I love
it's
it, man.
amazing,
I love it.
man. But appreciate you having me on, bro.
All right, bro.
All right, y'all have a good one.
All right, till next time. Later. Let me go.
All right, till next time.
Later.
All right.
All right, you guys. We were on there for a while, man. All right. Patrick saying everything. All right. Let's see. Dave Sincere says a good book to read is The Creature from Jekyll Island. Okay, this book goes into depth of how the Federal Reserve is created. Ooh, let me copy that down right now because I'm going to YouTube it. I am going to YouTube it, and because they usually have a lot of preacher from EKYLL Island. All right, wrote that down. People think the Federal Reserve is the government. It's not. It's the federal government central. It's the federal government central bank. I'm not sure what you're talking about, David said. The central bank has no part of the government. So they're in the Federal Reserve. Like when you hear the Federal Reserve Bank, it's not a bank and it has nothing to do with federal. So it's really just a name that's a deceiving name, or it makes it fit into better. That's how I look at it. Dave Sincere says, what Patrick said is the biggest motivation, preparing your kids for the world. Exactly, Dave. Preparing your kids for the world, man. And I'm blessed to have the option to prepare my girlfriend's son, that I can just pass this knowledge on him and my knowledge onto him and prepare him for this world. Man. Any other questions? We've been on a little over 3 hours now. So any questions from anyone, if you have your own, if you want to know what you can do, maybe you're stuck on something, maybe you're stuck on how to get through this hard time that we're going through right now, right? I can tell you. I can show you which way to go. I promise. It doesn't matter your situations. Everybody's situation is different. Dale says the fact that the due date for filing our federal income taxes has been extended to July 15th is a clue that this virus situation isn't going to lighten up anytime soon. Of course, it's not going anywhere. Not going anywhere. I don't know why people can't see that. That's pretty crazy that people can't see that, but that's crystal clear to me. That's not, even if they came up with the cure today, say like, hey, we found it today. You know how long it's going to take for that cure to get around to everybody? That's just for the people that you know have it. Now you got to figure out the people that might have the symptoms that are catching. This is going away no time soon. So if you're new to my channel right now and you got this overwhelming fear in your life right now, I can help you change that. Fear is not meant to be ran from. It's trying to show you the way. It's trying to say, hey, do you want this to happen to you again? No? Come this way. On the other side of me is the answer. Every time you feel fear, say this to yourself. On the other side of it is the answer. Fear is just saying, hey, I'm trying to show you something that's obvious to see. Once you get on the other side of me, it's the obvious. The obvious lives on the other side of fear. It's the obvious. There's so many things just a little bit I've learned about just the Federal Reserve, man. It's like they got the governors, the 12 governors and then they got the committee and some parts are under the governors are selected by the president, but also the governors are a different part of this committee, which is not ruled by the federal government. It is just a masterpiece that clearly it's just amazing to learn more and more about it. It just blows my mind. Just the name itself, the Federal Reserve Bank. They're not federal and they're not a bank. It's just the craziest thing. Whatever that is, I'm taking my place there. That's clearly the top of the tree. That's clearly. It's crystal clear. That is the top of the tree. I knew there was the further I kept getting out of the debt, I said, hey man, this is eventually has to lead somewhere. Something is at the top, something. It has to be that way. Once I started seeing how everything works, I'm saying to myself, somebody designed it, so that means there's something or someone at the top. That's who's at the top, the Federal Reserve Bank, the central bank in every country. Central banks are across the world, and there's what, 12 of them, I think. I think there's 12 banks, and they're across the world. There could be no bigger statement than that. There could be no bigger statement. I'm ready to take my place there. You better believe it. If you guys don't even know what the building looks like, I advise you strongly to go Google the picture of the building in the United States. Go check it out. Go look at the picture of the central bank in the United States. That bank alone, the building, without you even going inside of it, demands, it makes a huge statement. Power and control right here. And it's free to anyone that decides to understand how it works. It's free to you. You can understand it. Only awakened people will ever be able to see it's true. Only awakened. Everybody dies. There must be people to replace this working structure. It must be this way. It's available to everyone and anyone. All you got to do is believe in mathematics and you will see it. When you think at a level such as this and you look back and see somebody financing a cell phone, they will never, if you're financing a cell phone, you will never understand what the Federal Reserve Bank is. Never in a million years. If you're financing a cell phone, if you're financing tires, you will never understand how everything works ever. That's mathematically impossible for you. And if you got student loans, you can forget about it. If you got student loans and you have totally given up on ever paying them off, you will never understand the Federal Reserve Bank's role in this whole equation. You will never understand it. It will be mathematically impossible for you to ever see it. I don't care what you read. I don't care how many videos you watched. I don't care. None of that even matters. If you've been in debt all your life and you think that's just that's just part of life, is being in debt, you'll never see this, what I'm talking about. You'll never understand anything I'm telling you. Even though I can prove it to you. Even though I can prove it to you with mathematics, you still won't believe it. If this is you, this quarantine to yourself, you better take advantage of it. Right now, you have no distractions, none. Everything, every single possible distraction has been stripped of you. You have no distractions. The only distractions that you have right now are the ones you choose. So if you keep choosing to be wrapped up in social media and the news, that's your choice. You can stop. You can close your laptop, turn off your phone, turn off your TV, and go take a walk in nature. And then you'll see everything. Now is the time. I'm here to help awaken people. That's my purpose. The on-ramp to this was getting out of debt. My bigger purpose is to help awaken others. I'm assuming a large awakening has to happen every now and then because people die off. And there's only very few of us. Very few. You better take full advantage of this situation the correct way. There's always an opposite to everything you see and hear. There's always an opposite. The choice is yours. This is huge. You guys have no idea how big this is right now, what's happening. People start getting sucked in. Hey, man, I cut everybody off. I turn my DMs off, shut my phone off, close my laptop. I don't listen to none of that. Hey, you got to stop sending me that propaganda. I don't want to hear any of that stuff. I know the basics. Oh, yeah, there's a life virus killing disease out there. Okay, I know that part. We're running out of food. Okay, I know that part. Do I need to know anything more? Nope. I don't need to know anything else. I'm verifying to you guys all with this channel that the voice inside of you will guide you. All you got to do is trust it. Yeah, it's not showing you anything. You can't just follow it. You can't turn to the voice and say, "Hey, man, but if I follow you, do you guarantee me anything?" You know what the voice gonna say to you? I guarantee you nothing. The only thing I do guarantee you is that if you don't listen to me, you're gonna lose. That's the guarantee I do give you. That's what the voice would say to you. I guarantee you nothing, but I guarantee you this. If you don't listen to me, you'll never find what you're looking for. I guarantee you that. And in order to believe in the voice, guess what you got to do? You have to believe in yourself. You got to believe that you're going to do it. You have to. You can't lie to yourself. You can't pretend to do something really and inside you really don't believe you could do it. Yeah, it doesn't work like that. Sorry. Mark says, listen to the voice inside, most important thing in your life. Mark says, I see where I could have been if I didn't. And it's crazy to see the contrast. Yeah. Look at that. That's important. You can line up the dots behind you, but you can't line up the dots in front of you. You can see everything. You can see now, you can look back and see, man, if I didn't wake up at this point, you know where I'd be? Right there. It's probably just as deep in debt following everybody else. Misery. And then this an epidemic like this happens. Oh my goodness. Oh man, you're quarantined to your house. That's not a big deal to me. I don't care. That's cool with me. Doesn't bother me at all. That's been my life. And you know, so crazy. And I'm gonna say this to you, Craig. This is what's really crazy about my journey, so you guys can understand how the universe works. I remember once I got out of debt, I owned the time of my life. Now that I own the time of my life, I wasn't doing anything. I mean, don't get me wrong. I traveled, went, did some things, but in the end, I was still stuck at home every day. I was like, man, I feel like I'm wasting my life away or whatever, right? Because I wasn't doing anything that people in the debt matrix makes it seem like you got to be doing something to enjoy your life. You got to be going somewhere. You got to be traveling. You got to be here. You got to be there. When you don't got to be with nowhere. You can enjoy being by yourself. I had a problem with that for a long time, but now it was preparing me for this. Now here we are with mandatory quarantine. My life doesn't change a bit being quarantined. My life has been called quarantine this whole time. I didn't know that. Oh man, we can't go to restaurants. You can't do this. I'm like, I didn't really do that anyway. Every now and then I did it, but it wasn't a major portion of my life. People, can you imagine like people that are sports fanatics? They don't even have sports. They're like, what am I going to do? Exactly. Now you can see that your sports is a business. You're not the sport. You don't own the team. Just because you claim a team, you believe it's yours. No, it's not. It's the business. You're just buying their stuff. It's a business. Now people are forced to see that they are not their basketball team. They are not their football team. They are not their baseball team or hockey team. You're just you. You're watching people live their dreams. You're watching the majority of people that follow sports, they are watching the people that actually follow the voice inside of them. That's why they're there making millions of dollars doing what they already love. That's why. That's why you're attracted to it. Can you imagine all these football, baseball, basketball? Can you imagine how many people probably doubted them? Oh, you never make that. You never can do that. You can't do that. If they had listened to them, they wouldn't be on your TV screen. Many people don't even know this. Do you guys know that I made a commercial with Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson? Did you guys, any of you guys knew that? Did you guys know that? Yeah, I made a commercial with Russell Wilson. I sure did. Because I was in the right place at the right time because I listened to the voice. I didn't audition for it. I just said, hey, man, I'll do this. And once I got off the phone to get qualified, as soon as I hung up the phone to get qualified to be in a commercial, I already knew I had it. I knew they was going to call me. I knew it. And everybody at my job where I was working for, they knew I was going to get it too. They would call me, man, you'd be perfect for that commercial. Everybody saw it. So I did it. And voila, I made a commercial with Russell Wilson, the Seahawks quarterback. Now, just in case for some of you guys that may not have seen it, I'm going to send you the link so you understand I'm a doer. I'm not just a talker. I do. So you guys click on that link and you can see me do my thing. All because I listened to the voice. Now, when I did it, I didn't really think it was a big deal. It was like, cool, I meet Russell Wilson. All right, cool. We talk a couple times. I mean, he don't remember what we talked about. I mean, he talks to thousands of people every day. I don't expect him to remember who I am, but I was talking to him. He just to me, when I looked at him and was talking to him, it just looked like a young kid that followed his dreams. That's it. He probably had some guidance. Hey, man, hey, son, you follow your dreams. You can be anything you want. And then he does it. And now he's successful. It's just part of his life. That's how I looked at him. Oh, man, you got guidance, or you listened earlier than me, whatever. Right. But then after I took a step back from it, I had to realize I did something that millions of people, millions of sports fans wish they could have done. Let alone just meet him and talk to him in person. I mean, besides that, do an actual commercial with him? How many people you think in the world get a chance like that? Not many. So I had to step back and realize that, wow, I did something that millions of people will never, ever do, not even meet him. And I made a commercial with him. Dale says so many people are expecting the government to come to the rescue and they can't wait to get back in that same old grind. Oh, they're waiting for that day, Dale. They're waiting for it. They're waiting for it to get back, quote, the norm. Dave Sincere says, I live in ATL. Every woman I met want to go out, go to drinks, dinner, best places, travel around the world. They want me to dress a certain way. They want all these things, but on my dime, of course, because that's what they see on TV. Dave says, when I inquire to where they are financially, they're all in debt, major debt, looking for someone to rescue them. Yes. Hyphy says, I'm poking at having a serious financial discussion with my close friend. We are texting now. It's a good chance this conversation will not end well, and he may be upset for a while. You know what? And you know how you got to look at it, Hyphy, and I already know you know this. Okay, so this is more for the room. It doesn't matter if anyone gets upset at the truth. If it's the truth, who cares if they get mad about it? It doesn't matter. They walk away being mad at the truth. You go, hey, you mad? Yeah. Is it the truth? Yeah. Then I have no idea why you're mad. But right now, Hyphy, right now is the exact time to do it, because they're confined. They have to, whatever you tell them, listen, whatever you tell your friend or the person you're talking to, they have to think about what you're going to tell them. They have no other distractions that's going to take them away from it. This is the time to tell them. This is an awakening right now. This is what it is. Not an awakening. Hey, the religion awakening that everybody hears of. No, this is an awakening, a conscious awakening. And it's done by using the truth. But it's an awakening for a purpose. There must be enough awakened people to keep this thing going. I don't even know how to describe it yet. I'm still coming together in pieces in my head, but it's a bigger purpose. It keeps getting bigger by the month. I got people telling me that, hey, LJ, you got a bigger purpose than that. You got a bigger purpose than that. Everybody's telling me that. So that if strangers are telling me that, that means it's true because they see something. I see it too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I don't see it, but I'm saying if strangers see it, that means it's real. But you also know, Hyphy, if you tell that person you're texting them and you know if they hear you or not, if you know that they don't hear you, you're going to have to stop. I had to do that with a close friend. I have to stop. I made the decision because I love this person, right? I want this person to wake up, man. But I got to leave it to the awakening process. This is going to hit everybody. Everybody's losing jobs. Everybody's going to wake up. Hopefully this will help him wake up and realize. But me telling him, I have to stop. All right, you guys, it's been 3 hours, 30 minutes. We're going to go ahead and cut this off. Thank you, Hyphy, for your help. It looks like people, when I came back on this time, people were getting alerts, and you just told me that too. So hopefully that might have fixed it. Maybe there was something in there that needed to get kicked because I hadn't used the Premiere feature in a long time, and maybe activating that Premiere, maybe it turns off after a while if you're not using the Premiere or something. Who knows? So what I'm going to do every week or so, I'm going to just start a Premiere in that area that you showed me, just to kickstart something, just to see if it works that way, Or you know what? Oh, you know what? Or I can do this, Hyphy. If it's indeed the software, this is what I'll do. I will at least set a time of the Premiere, because it sounds like if they got the alerts from the Premiere that we set in the settings, right? I can set it up in there to make it go off at a certain time. I think, and I believe this is what you were trying to tell me. And then I can come on at any time I want, and people will already be there. So, what's up, Mike? Dave says, I'm not even interested in discussing finances anymore with friends. They have to know more than me to even entertain. It's way too exhausting to try and explain. Yeah, I don't even do that anymore. Ivy says, we got alerts, but it doesn't appear on YouTube still. I'll message you on Discord. Okay. All right, cool. Oh, this is irritating. Oh my God, I got to get that fixed. I'm putting that on my vision board. I have to have that fixed. That's very important. I got to get that fixed. I can't have that. That cannot happen. What's up, Mike? All right, you guys, about to get off here. It's 3 hours, 30 minutes. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I'll be on the Discord server later. If you guys, the Discord server information will be in the details. I got to put in the details of this video, but it's in the details of all other videos. So if you want the Discord server address, please feel free. Thank you, Mark. Man, I'm glad you stayed here this whole 3.5 hours. It's actually longer than that because I had a half an hour in the other video, didn't I? No, 16 minutes in the other video. I'll leave it up there. I'll figure this live thing out. I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. I'm gonna make sure I write the owner of the software to make sure something didn't change inside of the software I use. Okay. Dave says, check everyone out on the next show. All right, Dave. Appreciate you jumping in. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday evening.